The Black Picasso cleaning up the sport of boxing, speaking facts over the gossip. Haters all up in the comments. I ain't here to be liked, but smash that like and noti button. We don't sugarcoat nothing, just healthy boxing discussions. Thriller, painting these pictures oh so vivid. Applying Duke, Coach K, that straight full court pressure. Only God could judge me, so tell these chumps ducking smoke. Remember one thing that the boxing guys don't like: ugly. Shout out Big Fish and everybody that joins the panel. For all my new supporters, sub to the channel. Like Floyd say, it's easy work. That bait jab with that left hook send them straight to sleep. Experts, we the experts. We never sugarcoat. Tune in to Black Picasso. Sit back, enjoy the show. Enjoy the show.
Now, before I get into what I'm about to get into, I just want to make sure that each and every one of you guys hit that like or dislike button. Don't forget to put some motherfucking Coach K, Duke, full court pressure on that sub button if you're new to the channel. And be sure to ring that noti bell so you can be notified via email each and every time your boy Thriller, a.k.a. Ham Rothstein, a.k.a. the Black Picasso, because I paint these pictures so vividly with my words on the sport of boxing whenever I feel like it. And once again, fight fans, ladies and gents, welcome back. Now, first things first, man. I forgot to do this last week. I want to give a huge thank you. Big shout out to my bro, Louis Contra, for dropping that motherfucking dope ass track on your boy Thriller, man. I really appreciate that, the intro to my show. Y'all let me know in the chat if y'all feeling that shit, man. I feel like he went in on that shit. He got all my little catchphrases on that mug, and it get me in the mood to do the show. You understand what I'm saying? So I just want to give a quick shout out to him. But shout out to everybody that's watching this live stream podcast on my Facebook channel. Shout out to everybody that's watching this live stream podcast on my Twitch channel. Shout out to everybody that's watching this live stream podcast on my Twitter. And of course, as always, on my YouTube channel. Somebody drop something in the chat and let me know up in this bitch, man. But first things first, let me just get right to it. I don't plan on holding y'all for too long tonight. So let me preface my comments by saying, I don't know all of the particulars, nor do I have all of the information in regards to the lawsuit being filed by Terence Bud Crawford, the #1 pound-for-pound boxer in the world, against his former employer and top rank CEO Bob Arum, because I heard it was, 23 pages long, and I wasn't able to find the information online. So I'm just looking at this from the outside looking in, right? That's my point number one. My point number two when it comes to this situation is, my opinion on this situation isn't right or wrong because, again, I am no insider. I am no fucking lawyer. I'm not a financial advisor for Bud or Bob. I'm just a little old YouTube content creator who just so happens to be a diehard boxing fan and also a diehard Terence Bud Crawford fan. So my job tonight for you guys, that everybody that's watching this, whether you're live in the chat or in the playback, is to be objective and unbiased as I possibly can. And so let me just give y'all my 2 cents on this whole shit. So now everybody and their mama know, right, that I'm not really a big fan of Bob Arum. I really think the man is a racist. I think he's an unprofessional prick who bitches and moans when things don't go his way, like a petulant child crying for attention. He just tends to lash out and get upset whenever it comes to, certain fighters, one in particular, in Terence Bud Crawford. But I must admit, whenever I saw that headline, whenever that news first broke, when was that? Yesterday afternoon, when it said, I think it was by the New York Post. Hold on, let me pull this shit up. Hold on. Let me go to my share screen. Where we at? Share screen. Chrome tab. Where is this shit at? Here you go, right here. All right, so y'all let me know in the chat if y'all can see this shit. As a matter of fact, let me zoom it in. All right, there we go. Let me take that off. Let me remove this banner. Just bear with your boy Thriller, man. I bet. So y'all let me know in the chat if y'all can see this shit. So whenever news broke and I read this headline, I'm thinking to myself, I'm like, how in the hell is Terence Crawford going to be able to prove that he wasn't able to become a pay-per-view star due to Bob Arum being a goddamn racist? Unless he has some definitive evidence, like some Donald Sterling type of thing, like emails or voice memos or voice messages, email exchanges back and forth with him saying a nigga word, or he didn't like Terence Crawford because of X, Y, and Z. I mean, unless he has some definitive proof of this shit going on between him and Top Rank, I don't see how he can win this fucking case, right? I mean, that was my initial thought. So I must admit, I was leaning towards Bob Arum and Top Rank, because I'm going to be honest with y'all. Are we supposed to ignore the fact that Bob Arum tried to make a fight with Danny Garcia? He sent the man a $3 million contract. He turned down his biggest payday at the time. You understand what I'm saying? And he just never got back to Top Rank. And Bob Arum, was that racially motivated? Terence Crawford? I don't fucking know. I'm a lean towards saying no. I don't think so. Or what about the fight that he was trying to make with Sean Porter? We all know that fight only happened because the WBO mandated the shit, because Sean Porter is the same guy who is also with the PBC that said to even start negotiations at $2 million, which was his highest payday, with the big fish, aka Earl Spence, aka The Truth, right? It was his highest guaranteed big payday, right? To even say that it was he said it was disrespectful or an insult is alarming to me. So that just lets me know, once again, can we really say, Terence Crawford, that Bob Arum didn't want to make that fight due to his racial biasness towards you? To me, that shit just don't make sense. I mean, we must be objective. We must be unbiased about the situation, because Bob Arum is the easy target. He has been an easy scapegoat for years on top of years on top of years for why these big fights ain't happening, right? And I'm not giving Bob a pass. I do think at times Bob Arum has been a hindrance. Hence, for example, the Manny Pacquiao fight that was supposed to happen, 6 or 7 years ago for Terence Crawford. But Bob Arum is on record of saying, hey, I didn't let that fight happen because I already knew what Terence Crawford was going to do. You understand what I'm saying? To paraphrase the quote like that, he didn't want to see Manny Pacquiao get fucked up. So again, Terence Crawford can point to that shit as well. Let me get a drink of water, y'all. Bud can point to that shit as well, right? But again, sticking to the point, let's talk about Keith Thurman, who is another PBC fighter. Now, it was being reported a couple of months ago that the fight was offered to Keith Thurman before Bud even went up against Kell Brook, if I'm not mistaken, right? And it was being reported by Top Rank, and this came out of Terence Crawford's mouth. I mean, I put this in one of my parts on Here's Proof that Earl Spence is still ducking Terence Bud Crawford. All y'all got to do is go back through my archives and check the shit out. But Terence Bud Crawford said it himself that Keith Thurman wanted $10 million to fight him. So again, I asked the same question for everybody that's watching this video live or on the goddamn playback. What does Bob Arum have to do with this shit? I mean, is that racially motivated? I don't think so. Me personally, if I'm just being objective and unbiased about the situation, I don't think it's racially motivated. I think he tried to make that fight as well. And he started on Earl Spence and the fucking head honchos at PBC, because didn't Tim Smith just come out and say on my last live stream that I just did that they don't know Terence Crawford's number, but they don't want to insult him, and negotiations haven't even started yet? I mean, Bob Arum is out the fucking way. So what does Bob Arum have to do with that shit? Terence Crawford? I mean, I will fucking wait. So again, I don't agree with everything that Bud said in his lawsuit claim, from the shit that I have read from the New York Daily Post and Bleacher Report and all these other media outlets on Twitter and YouTube and beyond, right? But on the flip side, I can start leaning towards Bud in the sense of, after I did do some more digging and some more research on the shit, because Bob Arum was the same guy that was coming out and saying things like, oh, well, I can't promote the guy, or I could have built several mansions in Beverly Hills with the amount of money that I've lost on Terence Crawford. I mean, just shitting on the nigga, just totally. I mean, this man easily has a defamation of character suit. Now, if that's within the shit, then, I mean, he has a legitimate chance to win this goddamn lawsuit. I'm going to just throw that out there. But to come at it from the angle in which the New York Post tried to paint the shit, as far as saying, oh, it was racially biased and it was motivated, and that's why I didn't turn into a pay-per-view star. I tend to disagree with Bud on that because, again, it is on record that Bob Arum has tried to make the fucking fights happen. And I'm going to be honest. I mean, you can put a nigga on ESPN. You can put Bud on HBO. You can put him on Showtime. You can put him on Fox, FX, whatever the case may be, right? But if the nigga ain't fighting the fights that we want to see, meaning against Danny Garcia or against a Earl Spence, against a Keith Thurman, against a Sean Porter at the time, you understand what I'm saying? It don't matter what the fuck Bob do. Ain't nobody gonna buy them fights. So again, I asked the question, is this really a racial thing? Because why would Bob Arum fucking try to basically lose money on purpose just because he didn't like? I mean, if that's the case, then he wouldn't have re-signed Terence Crawford to begin with in 2018. That's just my personal opinion. Again, I can be right, I could be wrong. There is no definitive answer. I respect everybody's opinion on this shit. I ain't trying to ruffle nobody's feathers. I'm just giving you guys my honest take and honest opinion on this shit. I don't agree with everything Bob Arum has done and said, nor do I agree with everything that Terence Crawford has done and said whenever it comes to this situation. Because the shit that he's pointing to in these goddamn articles that I've read is basically saying, like, my nigga, if you knew Bob was this bad, if you knew that he shitted on Floyd this much, if he didn't do right by Manny Pacquiao, if he didn't do right by Miguel Cotto, if he didn't do right by Oscar De La Hoya, if he didn't do right about all these other Mexican fighters and black fighters, right, then why in the hell would you re-sign with him? I mean, I will wait. I will fucking wait. I mean, so honestly, if we are being, once again, excuse me, objective and unbiased, Terence Crawford shares some part of the blame as well. We can't just pin all this shit on Bob Arum because this man had plenty examples before him to know that Bob Arum was a piece of shit and that he's only going to get you to a certain point in your career before he starts saying, fuck you, I'm going to go somewhere else. You understand what I'm saying? But that's just my personal take on this shit. But it really don't help Bob Arum, man, when him coming out and saying the things that he said in the past about Terence Crawford, saying I can't promote the nigga, I'd have lost $20 million. Oh, he won't promote himself. I mean, even though he was right about saying what he said about the promoting himself, I get it, but it's the way he said it and the whole timing of it. Because whenever you're Terence Crawford and you have these fucking idiotic YouTube channels who've been shitting on you this whole time, who have called you a fucking bootlicker and top rank Toby and all this other hoe ass shit. Now all of a sudden, these same motherfuckers that's been shitting on Terence Crawford for months on top of months, for years on top of years, now all of a sudden these dudes want to come out and support Terence Crawford. I mean, really? I mean, where they do that shit at? Now you niggas want to come out and play like y'all love Terence Crawford, and make sure y'all hit that like button, man. I got about what? Let me see. Damn, my fucking Wi-Fi trip. Hold on, y'all. I got about damn, my computer tripping. I got about 48 people in here, man. I need 48 likes, man. Hit that like button. Y'all let me know in the chat if y'all can hear me. I think my Wi-Fi going in and out. Hold on. Damn. Y'all drop something in the chat. Can y'all hear me? But yeah, man, I got 45 people in here with 24 likes, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Whether you agree or disagree with the fuck I'm saying, please hit that like button. Please, 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 please do not be rude. Please hit the like button. But I digress on that. Back to what I was saying. Terence Crawford shares a lot of blame in this situation. Let's be honest. And I'm going to be honest with y'all, man. If you going to come at it from this angle, because it's pretty damn obvious that you wanted these fights with the PBCs, mainly to Terence Crawford. Let me pull up this article. If my goddamn computer stopped tripping, I can't even click on nothing. Hold on, y'all. Sheesh. Hold on. Okay, allow. All right, so let me go to this article for the New York Post. If it let me, okay, so there were a couple of excerpts. Do y'all see this shit? Because I cannot. Damn, my shit tripping. Let me see if I can pull it up on my phone. I want to read this shit verbatim, man, because hold on. My computer is bugging the fuck out. Hold on. Damn, my shit will not move, y'all. Fuck it. I'm just have to wing it. But anyway, basically, he was saying that top rank. Hold on, let me see if I can pull it up on my phone. Okay, so basically, here is this. I don't know. I ain't gonna be able to pull it up because my computer tripping, y'all. So y'all just gotta bear with your boy E Thriller. But it says, as far as the lawsuit being filed, it says the structure of the complaint comes down to significant contractual dispute. The 23-page document lays out one count of fraudulent misrepresentation, negligent misrepresentation, breach of the implied covenant of good faith and fair dealing, and tortious breach of the implied covenant of good faith. The suit also names Bob Arum's stepson and current top-ranked president, Todd DeBuff. And then this article also went on to say, this was coming from ESPN, I think Mike Coppinger, shout out to him. He said, and I quote, Top Rank has repeatedly breached its contracts with Crawford and in fact defrauded him into entering agreements in the first place, the suit said. Even while Top Rank openly criticized Crawford, it pushed him into agreeing to fight Egis Kavalaskis, not because that was the best for Crawford's career, pardon me, but because Top Rank needed to fulfill its obligations to broadcast partner ESPN. To induce Crawford to agree to the Kavalaskis bout, Top Rank fraudulently promised to arrange for Crawford to fight Errol Spence Jr., despite knowing that Top Rank could never deliver the promised match. End quote. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to point to a couple of things that were said in that fucking excerpt. The first thing I'm going to point to is the fact that he was promised the Errol Spence fight. And I get it. I'm pretty sure Bob Arum said, hey, man, I'm going to try to get you this fight. Re-up with me. We got to take care of this shit. Once we get past this goddamn tomato can that nobody wanted to see you fight, I'm going to deliver on this, right? But at the end of the day, I've presented 13 fucking videos when it comes to Errol Spence, Doug, and Terence Crawford. Can we truly, honestly say from our heart of hearts that Bob Arum didn't really want to make this fight with Errol Spence based on a racial motive? I mean, are you serious? Do you know the amount of money that fight could potentially generate? I mean, it's only the biggest fight in the sport of boxing. So why would Bob Arum come in the way of doing that shit when he's been bitching and moaning and complaining about losing all of this money on Terence Crawford? Well, what would be the best way for a Bob Arum and Top Rank, along with Todd DeBuff, his fucking stepson, whatever you want to call him, to recoup some of that money that he claims he's lost on Terence Crawford by paying him these high guarantees for these lackluster pay-per-view events, right? Well, that would be to fight a guy like Errol Spence. I mean, right? I mean, somebody drop something in the chat. Hold on, y'all. I got a call. Damn, this COVID shit still ain't no joke. Pardon me, y'all. But yeah, that would be the best way for Bob Arum to recoup his earnings off everything that he's claiming that he's lost off of Terence Crawford. So again, I don't see how he would block that fight, and especially when Errol Spence has been saying from day one. Well, his fans claim he's been saying from day one he want to clean up his side of the street. So how the fuck was the fight gonna get made? If this nigga has been hell-bent on fighting all of these other niggas, doing this quote-unquote, all this heavy lifting, you understand what I'm saying? Bench pressing and running hills and getting on the elliptical and treadmill and shit like that before he can face Terence Crawford, then how in the hell is that Bob Arum's fault? I just don't get it. I mean, Terence Crawford is my guy. I'm riding with him. Hell, I hope he wins this lawsuit. I mean, fuck Bob Arum. Fuck promote. I don't give a shit about promoters, okay? I care more so about the fighters than promoters. But I have to be fair and objective. I just don't see how Bob Arum can use his muscle to get these dudes from another promotional company to fight Terence Crawford. I don't see how he can do that. I mean, he ain't God. You understand what I'm saying? This nigga, he ain't got that kind of power. Just like Al Heyman ain't got the power to make the goddamn Keith Thurman and Errol Spence fight in the past. Keith Thurman was ducking the smoke, and they was both with the same promotional company. So, I mean, is that racially motivated? I just don't get that shit. That's where I part ways with Terence Crawford. But let me go to this chat, man. Let me see what y'all talking about. Once again, man, make sure y'all smash that like button, man. Please, 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 please. Hold on, y'all. Shout out to my boy Lee Cannon for that cash out, man. I really appreciate that, bro. Salute, salute, salute. I really appreciate that, bro. But let me go to the chat. Oh, god damn, my computer going slow. Ain't this some shit? Hold on, y'all. Let me start at the top, man. I'm gonna try to get through all these comments. Say I got 90 comments. Hold on. I don't know why my computer going so goddamn. I can't even see the comments. Hold on. Man, this shit tripping. Pardon me, y'all. Shout out to my boy Dolomite, man. I see you. He said boxing fans then took the bait with this lawsuit and are running with it without seeing they're being distracted from the main issue of not getting the fights we want. That's a good point, bro. That's a good point. I mean, we've slowly shifted from Errol Spence ducking the smoke to blaming Bob Arum essentially for every goddamn thing that's going on. I mean, it is what it is, bro. Shout out to Steven. He said this isn't a good look for Bud. How so? I mean, I can see why you would say that, but please elaborate on that. Please. Shout out to my boy WJ. I see you, man. Salute. Shout out to my boy Meiko. He said, I know this shit about to be good. I appreciate that, bro. I mean, it would be much better if my computer would. I can't see all the goddamn comments. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if I can pull up another tab. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna go on mute. Just hold on, y'all. Yo, can y'all hear me? Y'all drop some in the chat, man, and let me know if y'all can hear me. Okay, I think it's doing a lot better now, man. Let me start at the top, man. My apologies. This shit is tripping. I hope I'm starting at the top. Shout out to my dog, man, Mr. IOTBA. I see you. He said, my guy, Thriller. Yes, sir. Let's go. Big dog, salute. He said, that track nice as hell. Love it, big dog. I really appreciate that, man. Shout out to my nigga Lewis Country, man. Salute. WJ said, okay, y'all just going back and forth. Shout out to my boy Demetrius, man. I see you. Hey, man, I apologize if I missed some comments, man. I apologize. Shout out to JD Vonga. He said, why did Arum have Loma #1 with half the accomplishments and one loss? Not to mention Crawford views and ticket sales are way above Loma. That's a good point. But let me ask y'all this. Maybe I'm tripping because, again, I don't know everything about boxing, but has Lomachenko ever been on pay-per-view? Y'all drop some in the chat and let me know. I don't think so, but has he ever been on pay-per-view? That's a good point. Excuse me. Demetrius said, make sure y'all hit that like button. Man, please hit that like button, bro. Please. As a matter of fact, let me pull up this other tab because this shit, I don't know what's going on. Hold on, let me move this over here, y'all. I'm trying to get my shit right. All right, here we go. All right, so I got about 50-something people in here, man. I only got 43 likes. Please hit that like button. Please hit that like button. Let me see. WJ said, Bob even tried to erase Loma losses. That is a cold, hard fact. But based off everything y'all saying, bro, how would Terence Crawford be able to prove this shit in court? He is going to have some emails, some text messages of some shit. I'm talking about some Donald Sterling type of situation. You understand what I'm saying? Saying he don't like black dudes and all that. He gonna have to have that on Bob Arum for that part of it to stick. But does he have a defamation of character lawsuit? Absolutely. In my Floyd Mayweather voice, absolutely. I mean, the man has been shitting on Bud every chance he get. So I totally agree with y'all on that. Shout out to my boy Ayo. I see you. Sensory said these newspaper reports are slanted against Bud. You have to read the suit in order to understand the case. Yeah, man, I agree. And that's why I said in the beginning, I haven't read the lawsuit. I know it's 23 pages. I am only going off of these articles that have been posted and presented to the general public. Once I get the other information, then I can make a better determination of what's being going on and what's being said behind closed doors. I appreciate that, Ayo. Crawford definitely disappointed me with this. Yeah, man, I was a little disappointed too, bro. But as I started doing some more digging, I can see where he's coming from when he say the defamation, pardon me, of character shit. But salute. Sensory said, bro, this case is really easy to prove. Believe that. Bob does. I mean, have you read the goddamn have you read the lawsuit, bro? I mean, it's going to be kind of hard for you to definitively say this is an easy case to prove based on that headline that I showed y'all earlier. I mean, can we definitively say that? I gotta see some more evidence. That's all I'm saying. All right, y'all just going back and forth. Let me see. Io said, I don't see nothing racial motivation. Crawford made an ignorant move. Shout out to you, Fall Get Up. It's way bigger than a race issue. It's about broken promises and a breach of contracts. And that's a good point. I like that comment, bro. That's a hell of a point. If he's going to base it off of that, if he claims that they owed him one more fight in 2018 or 2019 or some shit like that, and it didn't happen, then yeah, Bob Arum owed that nigga 4.5, I think, is what the article said. So yeah, you're absolutely right. Great point. Great point. Pound for Pound King said the biggest sticking point though is Crawford re-signed with Top Rank and fought Mean Machine with the promise of an Earl Spence fight, but they never even tried. Can we honestly say they never tried though? Can we honestly say that they never tried to make the fight happen? I'll wait. Drop something else in the chat, bro. I don't know if we can definitively say that. Dolomite said nobody wants to look at the lawyer track record and who he represented. The Tim Smith comments then day later, this lawsuit with the comments talking about Al Heyman and black fighters. Good point, Dolomite. Salute. Ooh, your boy Thriller still going through it. Y'all just going back and forth. Ego got that real scoop. I don't even know what you talking about, bro. I don't give them suckers no clout on my channel. Y'all ain't bigging me up on that shit. Don't talk about that shit on my shit, bro. Respectfully. Shout out to COD Girl 413. I see you. She said he tried to make them, but wouldn't put money up. Okay. I mean, is he supposed to overpay though? That's my question to y'all. Is he supposed to give Keith Thurman $10 million? Is he supposed to? Well, he basically ended up overpaying for Sean Porter, but he was offering Danny Garcia $3 million. I mean, what do y'all want Bob Arum to do? I mean, he already overpaying Crawford according to him. Like, goddamn. I mean, he can't make the niggas want to fight. That's all I'm saying. He can't make these dudes want to fight Bud. Bud has been on record on multiple occasions, y'all, saying that those fighters for the PBC were ducking him. Hell, he just said it in the lead up against Sean Porter. He said that certain guys shied away, and if I look a certain way, they're going to shy away even more. But if I look average, then maybe they'll want to fight me even more. He just said that shit. So for him to say that and then turn around and say, oh, well, it's all Bob's fault, I don't agree with that. I don't. IoT, okay, y'all just going back and forth. Let's see. Shout out to Boxing Fans Talk TV. Salute. I see you. Shout out to my boy True Gritter 402. What's good, my guy? What's popping? It's popping. Salute. Let me see, man. He said, bro, you have to read the complaint. This argument that they're reporting is superficial. Okay. Again, I said that. I said that in my open soliloquy. I did not read the entire. If you got the lawsuit, drop the link in the comment section so I can read all 23 pages. Because one thing y'all know about your boy E-Thriller, I am going to come with facts and I am going to come with the fucking receipts. I document everything. So if I ain't got all the information, I will let you know. I don't have it, which is what I did earlier. So if you got the information, please enlighten me. Drop it in the chat. Bob made all them guys stars. Yeah, he did. He did. Sensory said he re-signed to get the bag. Okay. Okay. Let's see. Shout out to Warren Loans. He said under the Equal Pay Act, you would be required to show that the job you are working is equal to the job held by a counterpart of the opposite sex. Where you trying to go with that, bro? Drop something else in the chat. Shout out to my boy Sankers. He said, while Arum not securing certain fights for TC isn't racial, the assassination of the market value of certain black fighters he's promoted certainly is. Never did that to anyone besides black fighters before. I agree with you on that point, bro. him saying that he can't do nothing with Bud and right at the end of his contract is very fucking suspicious. I totally agree. It was a smear campaign, to basically devalue Terence Crawford moving forward as a free agent. I totally agree with that. I do not agree with the whole shit that Bob Arum did in regards to that at all. Pound for pound lawsuit doesn't really have to do nothing with racial bias. It's only a small part. The lawsuit comes from the promise they made him to fight me and shit. Yep, you're right. I pointed that out. Good point. Good point. IOTBA said, yeah, now these lame YouTube channels on Crawford nuts now. Yeah, I bet. Make sure y'all smash that like button, man. Hit that like button, please, please, please. I got 54 people in here with 46 likes. Can the other 8 people please hit that like button? Please, please, pretty please. Let me go back to this comment. He said, shout out to you, Thriller from Detroit. I asked Blood Boxing earlier, do you think Bud would get blackballed by Boxing Association after this move? That's a hell of a question, bro. I mean, he's already basically being blackballed by the PBC, and now you can go ahead and just kiss that Josh Taylor fight goodbye. You might as well throw that shit in the trash can because Bob Arum ain't about to do no deals with Terence Crawford no more. So that shit is finito. That's a burrito. That shit is out of there. So, I mean, that's a good question. It remains to be seen. I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised. He might be barking up the wrong tree, but we'll have to see. We'll have to see. Shout out to Earl Sexual. He said, yes, I blame Bob. Take the 80-20 or 90-10 or whatever we give him. We doing all the heavy sprinting. Already, man. Shout out to you, man. Earl Sexual. Oh, shit. Shout out to Diallo, man. I see you up in this bitch, man. Salute. Shout out to Dirty Red. Okay, y'all could hear me. All right, bet. I'm behind on these comments, man. So let me see. Demetrius said, breach of contract and defamation of character. That racial shit is a distraction. Good point. I totally agree with that. Totally agree. Excellent comment. WJ said at Thriller, just because Bud stayed, that doesn't give Bob the right to do things that damage Bud's career. Don't do this, fam. I totally agree. When did I say I agree with Bob Arum saying the shit that he said? I said he was a piece of shit. I said I think he's a racist. But I'm asking y'all, how is Terence Crawford going to be able to prove that in a court of law for a fucking judge? That's all I'm saying. I'm riding with Bud, but I don't agree with the whole racial angle whenever it comes to that shit. I don't, because he's going to have to be able to prove that shit. Even though I do think Bob Arum is a racist, how can Terence Crawford prove that to a judge is what I'm asking. Diallo said, we see it. Okay, let me see. Shout out to Fab G. He said Arum fucked up after that guy from Top Rank said he was a multi-million-dollar slave. That was the nail in the coffin. Wow. Hey, if you got any proof of that, drop some in the chat. Drop it in the comment section. I am all ears. I had no idea, my brother. Good comment. Shout out to my boy Dolomite, man. He said, let's not leave out that it's the same lawyer Mikey Garcia used. Let's not ignore the patterns. Good point. Shout out to my boy Baby Juju. I see you. Let me see. Sensory said, lawyer that charges $25K don't take cases they can't win. Good point. That's a hell of a point. I think something behind the scenes. I do. I believe Terence Crawford has to have something that we don't know about behind the scenes. What it is, I don't fucking know. But I think in order for any lawyer to take this type of case, he got to have some sort of validity to it. So we'll just have to wait and see. I don't know all the details. Fab G said this is good publicity either way. Yeah. Damn, I ain't even see this super chat. Shout out to Boxing Fans Talk TV for that $5 super chat. He said, salute to you, finally catching you live. Yeah. Hey, can I borrow your photo of part 13 to handle Spence fans? LOL. Yeah, man. Be my guest. Be my guest. I appreciate that that super chat. Salute. Let me see. What up, and he said, what's good, E-Thriller? The claim is a breach of contract suit. It has nothing to do with racial bias. But see, that's my thing. Why did the media or the New York Daily Post slant it to where it was just only about that shit? Like, that was some hoe-ass shit. That was some hoe-ass shit, y'all. So yeah, because the more digging I did, I read that shit earlier. It's about a lot of other shit. You know, about him not getting money and 900,000 for not getting the Earl fight and all that type of shit. So you're right, bro. But yeah, the media, them motherfuckers something else. True Gritter 402 said, I think that the re-side to avoid stalling out the last fight, which I believe was with Amir Khan. Okay. Let me see. Hold on. Damn, my shit tripping. Where I'm at. Let me see. I can see you don't know much about business or high level. Hell no, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a lawyer at all, bro. I said that in the beginning. I'm not going to portray to be one. I don't know if you're trying to be funny, Sensory, but I will be dropping a link in a second if you want to come on and pop your shit. But I said it in my open soliloquy. I am not a fucking lawyer. I'm not no goddamn manager. I'm not no goddamn financial advisor. I'm only basing my opinion, which I said isn't right or wrong, off of the information that was presented by the New York Daily Post. That's exactly what the fuck I specifically said, because I did not read all 23 pages, nor do I have access to the lawsuit. If anyone in the chat or anyone on the playback that has access to the lawsuit, all 23 pages, feel free to drop it in the comment section so I can go over it and I can double back and do another live or make a video on all of the information that's in the lawsuit. But until then, we just guessing. We don't know what the fuck going on. That's all I'm saying. WJ said, bottom line, Aaron was supposed to promote Bud, but Bob purposely did things that worked against Bud's favor. This is why Bud will win his lawsuit. Okay, that's your personal opinion. That is your personal opinion. Dolomite said, most of the fans are trying to rewrite history and cherry pick just because Bob is white. Good point. Good point. Let me see, man. Let me see. Ether release sound way better than last week. Glad to see you on the men. How's old boy doing? It was in, yeah, man. Shout out to my dog B-Mac, man. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna drop the link in the chat, man, for B-Mac. I think he still got a lot of things going on. Make sure y'all send some prayers up for his mom, man. I'm not sure if B-Mac gonna be able to check in with us tonight, but I hope so. But y'all send your thoughts and prayers for B-Mac and his family, man, for his moms, man. Salute. I appreciate that, man. Shout out to Ronald Finkley, man. I see he says it's a breach of contract mainly in the lawsuit. I guess he was promised a Spence fight and Bob didn't pay him his guarantee if he didn't get it, and another promise was to fight Kavaliauskas. Yep, I read that. Good point. Anthony Washington said within the claim, but attorney alleges that Top Rank got tens of millions from ESPN due to their contract with Bud. Again, this claim is for a breach of contract. Bud has a very strong case. Okay. All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I am going to go out to General Big Fish. You're live on the chat with the Black Picasso. Holler at me, bro. Yo, General Big Fish.
Hey, Thriller, what's going on, baby?
What's popping, big bro? How you feeling, man?
I feel good, man. I'm enjoying the show, man. It's the first time I think in my life I agree with you. It's a great day, man.
Oh, yeah. Well, what part do you agree with? Because honestly, I'm on both sides of the fence of this shit.
Hey, man, it's hard to prove racism. You have to have something in writing, like you were saying, a voicemail, some type of emails, saying blatantly that we're trying to derail this guy's career. Right. He has to show that. Secondly, he on the other part, I agree with you on, like defamation, something like that. He maybe be able to, say something that benefits his case of winning on defamation, but to say the racist issue, I don't think he go get anywhere with that, bro.
Yeah, I totally agree with you on that, bro. I think he definitely has a case for defamation of character. I mean, him coming out, I can't do nothing with the guy, and he doesn't promote himself and all this other shit, as his contract was coming to an end. I don't agree with it at all. So but is taking that angle, then I'm riding with him 100%.
But I got a question for you. I don't know. Maybe the next person you bring on can answer this. Is saying something that's true, is that defamation? So it's he has
Good point.
proven, that he doesn't like going to do media interviews because he rather work out. That's Bob Arum saying that's what they tried to get him to do all the time, but he didn't want to promote himself.
Good
The
point.
successful fighters that make the big money, they promote themselves on the internet in these days, and back in the day, Ali promoted himself.
Definitely
So
with the shit talking. Definitely. Yeah, I think I said that earlier in the show, man. I mean, times have changed, but I get, that there are certain guys you could point to. Like B-Mac was telling me earlier today, shout out to him. He was like, Manny Pacquiao, you could point to your Canelos, you could point to your Cottos, all big, huge stars that didn't really talk shit, that didn't really have to promote themselves, but at the same time, it wouldn't hurt to, bud. I mean, so I kind of agree with Bob. I mean, we didn't like the way he said it. I didn't agree with that. But at the end of the day, he was being real. And I agree with that point. Why not go on ESPN? Why not go on First Take? Why not use that biggest platform to your advantage? I agree with Bob on that, bro.
yeah, that's what I've been telling General Mosquito Spray for the longest. Like he has accountability for this a little bit. Yeah, I know we're gonna get on the Earl Spence thing and all of that,
Definitely.
but
He's not
but
absolved.
but how long? If I could ask Terence Crawford, I would want to know, when did you know Bob Arum was a racist? When did you know he was derailing your career? Was it before 2018, or did it just you all of a sudden realize all of this after 2018 when you re-signed with him? Why would you re-sign with somebody that has a history of doing fighters bad, of quote unquote being a racist, treating your black fighters a certain way? Why would you re-sign with him the first time? Okay, I'll give you a pass on that. But the second time, everything's not going your way. He can't get you the fights that you want, and then you re-sign him again. And what I always say, what we never want to talk about, everything is based on money. Even your favorite fighter, it cares about money more than he cares about the fans. So I've been saying that all along. Terence Crawford's pride and greed has put him in a position where he's demanding more money than people want to invest. They can't pay both fighters big money, so you gotta settle for something if you want to get a big fight. He wants big money. He's suing for what, up to $10 million. This
Yeah.
proves he cares about money more than anything.
Okay, General Big Fish, I'm gonna put you on mute, bro. I'm gonna go out to Miss T, and then I'm gonna go to Mosquito Spray, and then I'm gonna go to Bold, and then I'm gonna go to Red. Hey, yo, Miss T, you're live on the chat with the Black Picasso. Holler at me. How are you?
I'm fine. How you guys are doing?
Hey, doing well, doing well. Go ahead, man.
I finally caught you guys live because I'm gonna let you know that when your upcoming event, it shows in the morning. I'm East Coast time, and it shows 2:25 East Coast time. Just to let
Oh
you
wow.
know.
Okay,
Yeah.
man. I don't have any control over there, but go ahead and say what you
Right.
got to say.
Okay, I think he do have a case because the broad you look at it from a broad sense and then you narrow it down. The broad sense is racial bias. That's what they put out. But as you read the contract, it's a little bit more in depth. Okay, if
Yes.
you start at racial bias and then you draw a line down and you make columns. So first thing I would want to know, because first Crawford requested a jury, so it's not just up to a judge, and he will get that request that he asked for.
Okay.
You're gonna ask the jury. Gonna look at Bob Arum's mission statement. What do he supposed to do, or what's expected of him as a promoter? Then they're gonna start going down that column to say, did he do that job? And that NBF policy, no black fighters policy, that people who have worked for him have spoken on in the past, that basically saying how he treats black fighters, which is racially biased. And then they're gonna have the people who they're gonna have the proof, the people speaking out on the video. Then you can draw another column, and you could say Bob couldn't get him the fights. Now, what did Terence Crawford put in the contract or his amendment to the contract to handle or address such a situation where Bob couldn't get him the fight that he wanted? You had to give him $1 million, or was it specific to just Errol Spence? If you didn't get Earl, you got to give him $1 million. So then that's evidence too. How many times did Bob give him $1 million extra because he didn't get what Terence wanted? And then there's discovery. And then they're going to talk about all the other fighters who befell this situation, like the Floyd Mayweathers, like the Oscar, or any other black fighters, right? All of that stuff is going to come out. And then they're going to be able to see a pattern with Bob. Now, the one concrete evidence that I can point to right now, just under the racial bias banner, would be Pacquiao. Pacquiao fought under Bob. Bud fought under Bob. Bob knew that Bud wanted Pacquiao, but he never gave it to him. Why? And then you have to ask the question, why didn't you give it to him? So if you didn't give it to him, you're going to have to come up with a good reason. Those 12 juries is not going to care about business and what was good for Bob or technically what was good for Terence. They're going to look at the facts. You were the promoter. What is your mission statement? Did you act in accordance to your mission statement? Did you do a solid for him? Yes, we would have loved for Bud to promote himself. But if that was the job of Bob Arum and he did not do his job, then, and you got to ask, why didn't he do his job? He didn't get Pacquiao to fight. Bob has alluded to why, because he knew Terence would beat his ass. That's not a good enough reason not to honor your fighter's wish. You are not obligated to all the fighters you have in your stable to save them from a fight or, interject yourself. Your job is to promote them and get them the fights that they want. True enough, each fighter can say no. Then you go back to that fighter and say, hey, Bud, Pacquiao is a no for him. Don't be lying, because all of that will come out in discovery. But if you, Bob Arum, is sitting back making a decision, you was wrong right there. And the question going to be like, why did you do it? And then I'm going to look at it like as if I was a jury, Bud is black and they are not. So can we say that it's not a racial bias? And like I said, his people that he worked for have already put that out on Front Street years ago. So I do think that Bud has a case. That extra stuff that you read in the lawsuit, he got he got slander, he got a whole bunch of things.
Definitely has that.
Bud played the wall. While everybody criticized him, like once you sign the contract, you got to ride that out. You could be 3 months into your contract and be like, why the fuck did I do this? It don't matter. You signed the contract. You have to ride it out. So all this hate over the years, like complaining every year about him signing with Bob, I didn't understand it. It's a done deal. Bud kept quiet. He kept his nose down. He probably collected a lot of information along the way. Definitely. I think he got a case. Plus, he not asking for $100 million, because once this ball start rolling, I wouldn't be surprised if he'll have hanger-ons. Yeah, he did that to me. Yeah, he did that to me. Yeah, he did that to me. And then they can get a piece of the pie. But the $10 million, a jury can sit there and be like, you're not asking for much. And I can see that.
I thought it was a low number too. Myself, Miss T. I totally agree with you on that. $10 million is not a lot.
Is a reason for that. That makes the case winnable. And they can prove racial bias with Bud. Now, what's his name? These other fighters might not want to come in and testify on Bud's behalf, like a Floyd Mayweather. Floyd has said years ago, Bob still owe him $11 million for the Judah fight. Well, I don't understand. If you did the deed, run me my motherfucking money. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not never understanding. I don't care if it was $10,000. Pay me in nickels. I'm like,
I mean, your money is your money. I'm with him on that. I totally agree. But let me ask you this, because you just spoke to all these other fighters that may come to the defense of Bud. But did you hear what George Foreman had to say?
Yeah, that Bob is no saint. Bob is no saint, but he don't think he's racial. But you don't have to prove that he's a racist. You just have to prove racial bias. You have to ask, why didn't you, when you had total control, get me the Pacquiao fight? And I've been asking you for years.
That's a hell of a question.
They both under you. How hard is it?
That's not gonna fly saying, "Oh, I was worried about Manny's safety" or some shit he said. It was some bullshit. I'm totally with you on that. Totally.
That's why I think it's winnable. He don't have to prove he a outright racist. That can be left to the court of public opinion. He just have to prove that Bob engaged in racial bias, and he has, and we know he has, and people have spoke on it. He has even said damaging words. All they got to do is collect all the information, submit it in court. Now, what Bob's attorney is probably going to do is submit motions to suppress some of that shit. Now, then it would be up to the judge to say that. But in order, like somebody mentioned, the lawyer got $25,000 just to start the case, so he ain't gonna do that unless there's something tangible there.
Yeah.
Two, you're not even gonna get the case in file. You know, you're not gonna be able to file it and go forth with it if it don't have standing. That's what you have to have before you go to court. You can't just arbitrarily say, I want to go to court. You have to have standing, meaning evidence, to even get that far. And so Bob gonna have his hands full. You can't suppress information that proves your point. But that's probably what they're gonna do. I'm not a lawyer. I've taken law classes just because I have a history degree, but I'm not a lawyer. But this is how I see it.
Now I can tell you up on your shit, Miss T. Hey, you are very knowledgeable. Feel free to call in at any time whenever I go live.
Almost that. Look, I watch y'all every night when I can. I be mad as hell. You don't come on every day.
You say what now?
You don't come on every day?
No, man. My schedule is so crazy right now. Then I had COVID. I'm still no. I don't come on every day yet. But that's the plan. The plan is to come on every day eventually.
Well, I pray for a speedy recovery to you guys. This is definitely a guy show, and I ain't gonna hang in there. But I love you guys. You guys are a breath of fresh air.
Thank you.
And I be wanting to use your little 10-minute video because I had a Spence fan on my shit the other day.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm going to ask permission first.
Oh, absolutely. Drop it on them.
Lord, what absolutely. You say? DJ, roll that clip.
Roll the clip. Yeah, roll the clip. Yes,
well, ma'am. I appreciate you letting me come in, and shout outs to all of y'all. I'm almost knowing y'all by name, B-Mac, all of y'all, everybody. Just
shout out to B-Mac, man. Shout out to B-Mac.
Keep doing what you're doing.
Thank you. I appreciate that. I'm about to read this super chat, and then I'm going to go to mosquito spray, Miss T.
All right, I'm out though.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate you tapping in. Shout out to my boy Dirty Red for that $5 super chat. He said, bruh, headlines are headlines, but I can definitely explain what's going on with this situation. Easy bug is too much to type. Bet, click on the link. But I'm going out to mosquito spray, and then I'm going to go to bold, and then I'm going to go to red, and then I'm going to go to Mr. IOTBA. Mosquito spray.
What's up now? How everybody doing? E3, what's happening?
Hey, big bro, I'm hanging in there, man. How you feeling, bro? You good?
Yeah, I'm good, man. How about yourself? Getting a little better, huh?
I'm getting a little better, man. I'm trying to kick. I'm trying to shake back, man. Go ahead. Say what you got to say.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't took a look at any of the paperwork or anything. So all I got is the headline of what I done heard y'all say. So I'm pretty much in the dark on it, you know. As far as like court of law, it's it's not what you know, it's what you can prove, and hopefully, for his sake, he got something, man. But I mean, one of the things, as far as the only kind of racial bias I could point to it would be because one of the things, I did have to go through a process, dealing with this type of stuff a few years ago. Mm-hmm. One of the things it's like 6 or 7 categories you got to meet some of those criteria or whatever to actually have a case. Mm-hmm. And one of them is you got to have like an individual or individuals with, difference of race, religion, sex, whatever the case may be. And who he does have is Tyson Fury and Lomachenko. If you look at the fights, he got Lomachenko, the Rigondeaux fight, the Lopez fight. He got he got Fury, Trilogy Wilder. What if he promised them fights or whatever, all this time? And then even just on when their fights are coming on, the way they're promoted, you see TV billboards, whatever, with Lomachenko, Tyson Fury. Every day you see a Tyson Fury or Lomachenko commercial. Crawford, you don't know he fighting until the day of or whatever. A lot of people, the casual fan, don't even know he fighting because ESPN never aired commercials really with him on there, like that. It was, or they didn't put him on Sports Center or First Take or nothing like these other guys, man. He wasn't as big. He was like the back burner fighter, And so that would be the only thing that I would see as far as with my naked eye, because like I said, I don't know the particulars of anything, what was said, what was put on paper. Right. So I don't have a clue, I mean, of course, I feel like he was done unfairly, and then track record speaks for itself. You got De La Hoya, Mayweather, Cotto. Remember, Mike Garcia lost 2 years of his career in court with Bob Arum.
Yes. Yes.
It's so many guys. The list is so long, but you got to be able to prove something still.
Yeah, Bud did it the smart way. He waited until the contract was over. That way he didn't have to go through what Mikey Garcia went through with being on the shelf for about 2 to 3 years or some shit like that.
Yeah, and he was in his absolute prime at that time too, man. So
I give Bud a lot of credit, man. He been holding this shit in. A lawsuit of this magnitude don't happen overnight. So he had to be sitting on this shit for a good hot minute, building this little case. In my opinion, I could be wrong. That's just my opinion. Go ahead, my bad, bro.
Nah, you good, man. But yeah, like I say, it's just me personally, I'm gonna see what happened, what come out or whatever, as far as what the information, or whatever, and maybe he do got something racial or whatever. We'll see what it is, man. But and then I guess the comments he made in public, whatever. But again, it's gonna be hard. He just said Terence Crawford. He didn't say because he's black. He has because you got to get real specific with that stuff, man. And these lawyers are good.
He pointed to, not to cut you off, mosquito spray. I got the video. Damn, I forgot to play that shit. But he even pointed to Floyd as an example. Like, hey, Floyd, even when he was with me, he did interviews. He trained for it. That's how he got so great. So is that racially biased? Because he's pointing to another black fighter. Like, look, Floyd did it. Why can't you do it?
Right. Yeah,
my bad. Go ahead. I need to play that video.
If that's like I guess other people are saying they got breach of contract and defamation. Yeah, he got that definitely. He got proof of that. But as far as it's just something actually in there saying all racially motivated, they might have took the wrong approach. You know what I'm saying? As far as being able to win this case from that, because if they can unprove that, because the burden of proof is real hard trying to prove racism. You know what I'm saying? It's hard, man. That's why a lot of people end up, most of the time when people do win, quote unquote win, nobody really wins that shit. They take a 6-figure settlement out of court because the company don't want bad publicity. But as far as being able to prove that shit, jury at the end, and somebody stand up and say they guilty of this shit, that shit hard to motherfucker. I'm telling you, based on what I experienced, you know what I'm saying? So I don't know. I guess we'll have to see, man.
Yeah, I appreciate
that. But that's all. That's all I got on it.
Okay, I appreciate that, mosquito spray. Let me go out to Bold, and then I'm gonna go to Dirty Red, and then I'm gonna go to IOTBA. Hey, yo, Bold.
What up? How y'all doing, man?
What's good, bro? How you feeling?
Feeling good. Feeling good, man. Hey, mosquito spray, man. You a wild boy, man, with that damn urban dictionary, bro. That urban dictionary, bro. That shit had me rolling. I said, damn.
Earl Sexual, he sent me that shit, bro. I was rolling. Oh man. Go ahead, bro.
Nah, I was gonna say, man. I was hoping old lady would have stayed on because
she go hard. She can definitely come back.
Yeah,
shout out to Miss T. You can definitely come back on.
I don't know her page or nothing. I'm like, shoot, I'm about to subscribe to this joint, man. She dropping.
Yeah, we gonna have to find her, bro. We gonna find her. Yeah.
But my main thing though, because y'all touched on a lot of points, so I can't really hit the same things. But the one thing with the Manny Pacquiao, Bob did kill that fight, right? But
yes,
was Manny Pacquiao really jumping up and down to fight Bud? Bud?
I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think he would have fought him anyway.
Yeah, so that's my main.
But that's my opinion. I can't prove that, but based on him wanting 40 million during a pandemic, But go ahead, my bad, bro.
But yeah, I mean, I definitely think he has a case on a defamation. Now as far as the racial bias and stuff goes, I think in the article, because in the actual lawsuit, it does touch a little bit on the racial bias, but when they put it out on the article, they make it seem like it was only about
that's why I was like, go ahead, my bad.
And then on top of that, it's like it's more about the money. You know what I'm saying? Like he was owed like damn near $1 million for a broken promise that Bob was going to deliver, and since he didn't deliver that promise of him fighting Errol Spence. That's the money he owned for that, and then some other money as well, keeping him inactive. He wasn't as active as he wanted to be. And then on top of that,
something, bro. I don't mean to cut you off. As far as that 900,000, I think that was in the article. Is that like a one-time thing, or is that like every time Bob didn't deliver the Errol Spence fight? Do you know? Because I don't have a clue.
I think the way I read it was the year what was it, 2019 when he fought the Mean Machine?
Kavalauskas.
I guess
Yeah,
he
I think
promised to deliver the second fight that year, and it was supposed to be against Errol Spence.
Yeah, that's what this thing
and
says.
it didn't happen.
You're right. Go ahead, my bad.
But of course, you got to think that in that same year too, I think that's the time where Errol Spence got in a car accident after he fought Sean Porter, and other things. But on top of that, as a promoter or just just in general, you trying to make promises to people. You can't really dictate what the other fighter is going to do. For one,
exactly.
Yeah, you can say I want to get you the big fight, but if the other fighter doesn't want to fight you, then it's just going to look bad on you if you say, "Hey, I promise I'll get you this fight."
Not to mention, Bud has been on record on multiple occasions saying that those dudes are ducking him. So is that not the case now? Like, I don't get it, bro. That's the part that had me scratching my head. But go ahead, my bad.
But yeah, I 100% agree with you too. And I like another thing you touched on earlier when you first started, when you were saying like a lot of these people, that were Bud detractors are all of a sudden becoming Bud fans.
Ain't that some shit?
Yeah.
they done more damage to Bud than goddamn Bob Arum, if you ask me.
Not me.
Hell yeah.
You said not you? Who is that, General Big Fish?
Yes, sir. Not me.
Oh yeah, we know that. We know. Go ahead, Bo. My bad, bro.
Yeah. Nah, I'm gonna go ahead and fall back. I know. Who's it? IOTBA, Mr. IOTBA.
I got Dirty Red. I think next, and then Mr. IOTBA.
Oh, okay.
And then I'm gonna go to Herbie, and then Miss T is back in the building. Dirty Red, you're live on the chat with the Black Picasso. Sorry about the wait, man. How you feeling?
Man, ain't no problem, man. I'd like to hear everybody's viewpoints, man. This is a hot topic. You know what I'm saying? How I'm sounding? I'm sounding good over there?
Oh, you sound real crispy, bro. Go ahead.
Man, look, man. Okay. It's a lot of different angles when it comes to this shit right here. But
yes.
First of all, let me say this. Racial bias. That's the hot topic. That's the buzzword. And guess what? That was the word that gets everybody talking. That's the word to get everybody involved. All eyes looking, because it's a buzzword. Anytime you bring race into a situation, people's eyes are open, especially in this climate. We just had the whole Black Lives Matter movement, et cetera, different people that got killed, this and that. It's a big buzzword, and guess what? It's a media tactic. If y'all didn't know, how come every time that a white guy kills a black guy, that it gets a whole lot of media traction, especially when it's a police officer. Police officers accidentally kill all type of people every day. But why is it, when it's the white on black situation, you see what I'm saying? You get all this traction. You see what I'm saying? So that was just a part to get. Yeah, breaking news. Oh my God. What, you know what I'm saying? All that old shit, right? Mm-hmm. So that's just to get the traction. But on top of it, it's in the promoter's handbook about black fighters. If y'all didn't know, okay. If y'all didn't know, it's in the promoter handbook, man. I was watching an interview. I forgot the guy's name. He was a bodybuilding promoter, okay? He didn't promote boxing. He promoted bodybuilding. But his advice that he got from Don King himself, probably one of the most acclaimed, if not the most proclaimed, greatest promoters of all time, was, okay, who you gonna put on the flyer? The big white guy or the big black guy? Don King said, hey, make sure you put the big white guy on the flyer, because that's what's gonna make you money. So it has always been a promoter's thing that a black person has less value to the American market, you know what I'm saying, than other ethnicities, especially a white guy. I mean, it's not like it's not me trying to be racist. It's not me trying to pull a race card on anybody and say this and that. It's not me trying to pull a victim card. That's just the thing. It's American demographic, you know what I'm saying? Black people in this country only make up so much. That's why Vasil Lomachenko gets so heavily promoted, because in Bob Arum, in the top-ranked business model, they believe that you can sell more with a white fighter or a Hispanic fighter. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of what goes into making somebody a star is not about how good they are. That's what a lot of people don't realize, because if it's just based off that, Terence Crawford should be making just as much or damn near much as a Canelo Alvarez, $30, $40, $50 million a fight. The boy's a damn good fighter. Yeah, based on talent. But guess what? It's not based on talent. You know what I'm saying? It's a reason why Terence Crawford only makes so much. So in the case of these black fighters,
a promoter has to know how to sell them. You know what I'm saying? And then not only that though, you know, once again we're gonna bring up this term, racial bias. It's a reason. What do Javante St. Davis, his last 3 opponents, what do they have in common?
All Hispanic, right? If I'm not mistaken.
All Hispanic, all Mexican.
Mm-hmm.
All 3 last opponents are Mexican. Why do you think that is? Because let's just face it, boxing is a very, 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 very well. Boxing is just fight sports. It's a very tribal sport because it's just one guy versus another guy. You see what I'm saying? So they promoting the black versus Hispanic. I mean, that's how Floyd Mayweather got rich. If you really want to be honest, there's a reason why it's a whole bunch of Marquez and Alvarez, and you see what I'm saying? It's definitely a reason. You know what I'm saying? So I guess my message is, hey, the fans are the cause of this. You know what I'm saying? Another great Don King quote from back in the day was "Black plus white equals green." The fans are the cause of this, not because we want to see the best fight the best. That's like the hardcore boxing fans. We want to see the best fight the best. But as far as the casual fans, if they have something to hold on to, like a racial, tribal type of bias or nationality, some type of demographic like that, they will hold on to that, and that's how they see it on making their money. Like, think about it, man. We was like, damn, they pulled Cruz out of their ass, but Cruz was a replacement fight for another Hispanic guy. You see what I'm saying? So it was like, damn, either way it goes, Tank Davis was going to fight 3 Hispanic guys in a row, like back to back to back. I mean, do you think that shit is by coincidence? And then you have these other guys like, man, what's my guy name? Farmer. You got Tevin Farmer, can't get a fight to save his life with Tank Davis. You got old Shaky Foster, can't get a fight to save his life. You got Gary Russell, can't get a fight. Can't no black fighters get a fight.
It's a lot of dudes that can't get fights with Tank Davis.
Yeah, but I promise you, the odds go up a lot if you're Mexican. You see what I'm saying? So it's not even just a Bob Arum thing, and it's not about Bob Arum being a racist. You know, we want to use the race with the IST. No. It's the wrong. Y'all got the IST right, but it's not racist. It's capitalist. God damn it, he's a stone hard cold capitalist, and that's the world of promoting black fighters, that they feel like they can't make the big bucks on the black fighters. That's why Floyd Mayweather, you see what I'm saying? He had to change up his whole tune to become a big seller. You know what I'm saying? My name is Floyd. My name is Floyd. My name is Floyd Money Mayweather. He had to flash cash that his ass ain't even got. Goddamn it, just to you know what I'm saying? Make a name for himself, and
he had to turn himself into a heel. Like a
yeah,
wrestler.
he had to become a fucking villain, goddamn it. He always had a Mexican hero or a Hispanic hero that was supposed to somehow, a heavy hitter that was supposed to somehow knock him out in order, and that's how he made his fucking money. Like, let's be real. Like listening for y'all out, just listen to what I'm saying. I'm not on no racist shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to say this, that, and the third, but I'm just trying to say these people watch how other people spend their motherfucking money. Now think about the comparison between Vasil Lomachenko, a guy who had a great amateur career, only he ain't even up to 20 motherfucking fights, and look how he's being promoted, to a guy that's been up to 3 different weight classes, champion in one, undisputed in another one, and a champion in another one. Look, Terence Crawford should be a fucking superstar based off what he's capable of in the ring, but it's not the case. You see what I'm saying?
Let me ask you this, Red, before I go to Mr. IOTBA. Let me ask you this real quick. I need a quick answer.
Okay, go ahead.
I hear what you're saying about the whole promotional thing, but let me ask you this. Let's just say, for the sake of the argument, that Bob Arum puts Terence Crawford billboards on the YouTube ads, internet, First Take, and all this shit, right? If he can't get this nigga to fights against Earl Spence, Keith Thurman, you know, all those PBC guys, if he can't make those fights, then what good is the promotion going to? That's still not going to turn him into a pay-per-view star, right? Because he got to fight somebody to become a pay-per-view star.
No, we don't. I'm going to tell you why. Let's be for real. Now, Errol Spence is supposedly this pay-per-view star, but to be honest, who has he really fought? That's what the Manny Pacquiao fight for him was supposed to be, to actually make him a star. He's borderline, he's like almost a star, but he's not really a star. And it's not like a hate against Errol Spence. I'm just saying, like $300,000-$400,000, that's not really just pay-per-view star material. It's not about who you fight, it's about how good you can promote. Now, little boxing history, guess what? Mike Tyson was a star. He ain't fought no damn body before he came a star. Straight up. He ain't fought no damn body, really.
Yeah, it's
Good
true. It's
point.
facts.
Good point.
So it's about the promoter, you know what I'm saying? But the difference between Don King then, not Don King, but Bob Arum then, Bob Arum now, is that he actually had another promotional outfit actually doing business with him. Bob Arum was never the mouthpiece. You got to think about it. All of Bob Arum's greatest fight was co-promotion with Don
So
King. Don King did all the
I
damn
just want to
promoting.
hold not to cut you out, bro, because I got to go to other people because a lot of people that's trying to talk. But let me just
Push
say
up,
this.
push up.
So I just want to make sure I got you on record. So you're basically saying if they would have promoted Terence Crawford the way that he should have been promoted, him going up against the Kavalaskis, the Amir Khans, all them fights that we seen him have, those would have did major numbers. Is that what you're saying?
Hell yeah, because you gotta think about it. He was stopping those guys, and people love to pay for knockouts. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna be too long, but I'm gonna make this last point. Vasil Lomachenko don't do anything to promote himself, but they push him because of his skin color, not just trying to be on no racial shit. But it is what it is. They promote heavily on what they think they can make money of. Terence Crawford is a quiet guy who just fights, and so they feel like they can't make no money on him, and it's just what it is. Like straight. I mean, I don't know how to break it down to y'all. This is not the NFL or the NBA where it's just the best come out on top all the time. No, this is a different type of game because you gotta look at it. When Terence Crawford went to welterweight, he said he was looking for Keith Thurman. Why he was looking for Keith Thurman? Because Keith Thurman was the biggest name. It's not even about who has the most belts or who's the champion. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
It's about who has the biggest name and who can draw the most money. You know what I mean? I'm gonna leave y'all with
Red.
that.
Hey, Red, I'm gonna have to go to Mr. IOTBA, bro. You've been cooking for a minute, and then I'm gonna go to
What's
B
up?
Mac, and then I'm gonna go to Herbie. Yo, Mr. IOTBA,
Hey, can you hear me, E Thriller?
loud and clear. How you doing, big bro?
E Thriller.
Yes, sir. Can you
Hey
hear me?
man, shout out to my dog E Thriller. Shout out to the Black Picasso, aka Ham Roasting, aka every time he do a chat, he gonna put that full court Coach K press on you. Salute to you, big dog. Salute to all the panel who came on here before me. Salute to the big dog B Mac. Hope he get better. And salute to you, E Thriller, getting over that COVID. But what I
Salute.
want to say
Appreciate
about
that, bro.
this, it's ignorant. Terence Crawford is ignorant. Not saying he's an ignorant man, but this was an ignorant move by Terence Crawford. You hear all the rhetoric about people talking about racial. What's racial about a guy in Terence Crawford getting the most guaranteed money as a welterweight? I ain't talking about with pay-per-views. I'm talking about this dude was the most guaranteed paid fighter at welterweight. And Ether, you brought up a great point. People talking about Bob Arum trying to make them fights. Really? He did throw out $3 million at Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia turned it down. He was the one who was all in the video, huh?
No, I'm agreeing with you. Go ahead. My bad, bro.
Yeah. He was the one all in the videos. We didn't see Pencil Dick and Al Heyman in no videos saying, "Oh, I'm trying to make this Earl Spence or Keith Thurman or Danny Garcia fight." We always seen Bob Arum. So it kills me when people talking about racially motivated. Like, okay, hold up. A lot of you people, y'all can't accept the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Like, as Terence Crawford to a diehard fan, he is extraordinary in that ring. But this is neither the promoter fault and this is neither Terence Crawford fault. Everybody got to understand this. I talked to a publicist every day, and he told me this, right? It's the real bosses of boxing. The fans are going to want to see who they want to see. People sit up here and talk about Bob Arum having put Terence Crawford in position. Hold the fuck up. He featured him on HBO and he featured him on ESPN. So how is he not putting them in position to win? The fact is, it's the real bosses of boxing. I hate to say this. I love Terence Crawford, but he's boring. Even when he talk and do interviews, he's boring. But one thing about the fight, you got to make some, huh?
I'm laughing. Go ahead, bro. Cook. It's all you. Go ahead.
No, he's boring. And one thing about a fighter, you got to make yourself exciting. Like, whether you like Earl Spence tactics or the way he's doing this Terence Crawford situation, When Earl first came on the scene, he was the most ferocious motherfucker talking that shit. That's why the fans captivated to him. With Terence Crawford, when we look at this dud ass dude interview, it's like, huh? What you say? Like, what the fuck is they feeding y'all up in the fold to Omaha, Nebraska, for you to be that goddamn boring like that? So this is just appalling to me. Like, and this is real disappointing to me. You know, the way we been putting on this surge for Terence Crawford, because he have been disrespected by the welterweight division and other promotional companies. But for him to blame Bob instead of blame PBC and all these fighters who
Them the
clearly
motherfuckers I wish you
made,
could sue. I
Terence
wish we
Crawford
could
said
sue the
this himself.
PBC.
They made a whole nother side of the street.
Yeah, them the
So
niggas that's freezing him out. Shit. No, I'm just agreeing with your point. My bad, not to cut you off, but I wish he could sue the PBC. Them the motherfuckers that need to get sued. Hey, yo, Ayo, you still there? Ayo.
Man, it's disappointing
Okay.
to me, man. Like Terence Crawford, but you blame.
Damn, Ayo, your
Can you hear
phone
me?
going in and out, bro. Your phone going in and out. Repeat that.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes, sir. Go ahead. Damn, he dropped off. All right, let me go to my big bro, B-Mac. You're live on the chat with the Black Picasso. Holla at me, bro. B-Mac. Yo, B-Mac, you there? All right, I'm going to go out to...
Oh, no. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you, B-Mac. Go ahead, bro. How you feeling,
Yeah,
man?
you still have my mic muted.
Damn, my bad, bro. I thought I unmuted this shit. My bad. That's on me. How you
It's
doing, big
all
bro?
good. Big E, how you feel?
Man, I feel a little better, bro. I'm just, trying to shake back, man. Trying to shake back. Go ahead.
Blessings to you, man. I want to thank everybody that sent me some blessings, man. I appreciate everything, man. I saw them ones in the chat and those that's on the panel, man. Big Fish, Mosquito Spray Bowl, Mr. Al TBA. Special shout out to Miss T. She made some wonderful points.
Yes.
And another young gentleman that was on just a minute ago.
I think you're talking about Red.
Red, he made some good points as well. Mr. LPBA, of course, man, as well, man. I do want to say though, I disagree with a lot of things my brother, Mr. LTBA said, as well. I still love him though. Nothing but like but sometimes we disagree on certain things. Now, the touch bases on this whole thing is they say racism, and I don't believe this is an ignorant thing. I believe this was a great thing. The thing is that the lawyers did a great thing. Okay, this lawsuit is about breach of contract, payments, and defamation of characters and things of that nature that you read at the beginning. Now the lawyers, if they just put that out in the paper, guess what? Man, half the country probably, nobody hardly ever see it. Would be like, okay, and then they keep moving on. But the point that they made of saying that it was racial bias, which really isn't in the mission statement like that, okay, that brings the sensationalism where everybody's talking about it. How many videos you done seen on it? I mean, breakneck.
A lot. I ain't watching.
You understand? The lawyer knows what he's doing. So he wants to put the spotlight and the focus on there, and that's why he put that on there. Me personally, I don't see where he can prove racism like that. Okay, but he does have a couple of points there, and one thing like Miss T was talking about earlier. When you want to talk about the Manny Pacman Jeff Horn fight, okay, first that was supposed to be Crawford. He said, man, man, he gonna break Pacquiao up. I don't want to see him do that. And he gave it to who? He gave it to the white man. He gave it to Jeff Horn. After that fight, what's the first thing Crawford tweeted? Oh, so you won't give me the fight, but you let him go. You give it to Jeff Horn in Australia? Really? That's the first thing, if y'all can remember that shit.
Good point.
That's the first thing he said was that, oh, you didn't want to give me the fight, but you gave it to who? Jeff Horn. and that goes a little bit to the forefront of with damn, what's his name again? It was just talking.
You talking about
Red. What
yeah,
Red was
Red.
saying in reference to who they feel they could sell, what the promotions feel who they could sell and who they couldn't. Now see, that was strike one for Bob Arum in reference to Crawford. The next thing it was in good faith, like the mission statement said, what you said earlier. In good faith, that's when he resigned and said, okay, but guess what? You're gonna pay me, motherfucker. You're gonna pay me.
Right.
All right. I want $4 million guaranteed off the break. I'll resign with you since you fucked my money up with the Manny fight. I'm gonna resign. But I want $4 million off the break. Every fight, no matter what. Okay. And he get gate money, if y'all don't know that. In his contract, he get gate money. So remember when we fast forward down to Kell Brook, when he was like, oh, okay, take a pay cut? Nah, I ain't taking no pay cut.
I remember
even though it ain't no fans, I get gate money.
Yep, I remember.
So I'm not taking no fucking pay cut, Bob. No, you're not going to do that to me. I'm not taking no fucking pay cut. You owe me money off the top, okay? You already had me do the whole Eagles Kalalauskas thing, and you didn't get me the Earl. Now you owe me $1 million from that, and now I got to fight Kell Brook because you didn't give me the fight. Now you want to cut my money, and I get gate money? Fuck a pandemic. Pay me my money. And you guess what happened? Right after the Kell Brook fight, this is when all the bullshit started happening. Yes. This when Bob started talking greasy. He didn't talk greasy and all that before. He started talking greasy right at the fucking Kell Brook fight. This is when all the statements started coming. I could have built the mansion and all this other shit. I've lost money, all this and all that. Yeah, you mad because the black man that pimped your ass. You made promises that you couldn't keep. And I don't want to hear about how much money you got me. I'm sorry. I don't give a fuck how much you did this, that, and the other. Look, you made a contract with me. Pay me my motherfucking money. That was the contract. It's now don't matter if you couldn't get the fight. That's your problem. If I owe you $100 and I say, man, I'm gonna get that shit from my brother and I'm gonna get it to you tomorrow. If I go to my brother and he say he ain't got the 100, I can't come back to you and Ian and say, look, man, that nigga couldn't get it to me, dog. What you want me to do? Nigga, you don't want to hear that.
Yeah, I ain't gonna be trying to hear that shit.
You ain't trying to hear that shit. So it don't matter, what Bob couldn't do and why he couldn't get the fight and PBC didn't want to work with him. Nigga, that's your job. Y'all want to talk about Crawford is boring, this, that, and the other. Well, Pac-Man was boring. Errol Spence was boring. Canelo was boring. Errol Spence, only thing Errol Spence had was he had the whole state of Texas, which is the largest state in the fucking country. Okay? So he had a big fan base. Crawford's from Nebraska. It's a smaller state. It's not a boxing state like that. You had Texas, man. That's huge. Motherfucking Errol Spence had fame because he had a sparring session with Floyd Mayweather. It wasn't his sensationalism. It wasn't how great he talked. Mayweather talked him up. He had a motherfucking sparring session. He went in there and did well against Mayweather. Instead of fucking Mayweather fighting Thurman, he told Thurman to go ahead and fight Spence. And then there you go. Mini Star was born at that time. That ain't had shit to do with his excitement and this, that, and the other and how well he talked. Tank can't fucking talk without having Leonard Ellaby and fucking Floyd Mayweather with him. But what's the problem with that? Right. He still make pay-per-view numbers according to them. So I'm not trying to hear that shit. They can miss me with that shit. Look, the racial part of it, this, that, and the other, Bob being a racist, that's one thing. I get it. I'm not totally in agreement of that. You can't prove that. But the other parts, which are the meat and potatoes, is that fuck Bob. Bob, you sit there and said all the shit that you can say and ruin my future earnings
on top of the earnings you didn't give me when I was with you. That's why he said you couldn't get me the fights when I'm with you. So how the fuck you gonna give me the fights when I'm not with you? Fuck you, Bob. Fuck you. So now all of a sudden, now the gangsters move in silence. Remember this. Now all of a sudden that Crawford's doing what he's doing on the side without telling everybody this, that, and the other. Nah, it ain't time to shit on Bud. Bud doing pimp shit. That y'all need to understand. Bud doing pimp shit. Sue his motherfucking ass. I sue him for the fucking 10 million. Because when he was talking all that shit, all y'all did was call him Top Rank Toby. Oh, say something, say something. No, Bud ain't gonna say something when he know he need to fight and be on the shelf like fucking Mikey Garcia for 3 years. Nah, I'm gonna move in silence. Let me go ahead and do what I need to do. I'm gonna go ahead and let you talk your shit. I'm gonna go ahead and satisfy this contract. You didn't do what you say, but watch what happened when I leave, motherfucker.
Yeah,
Watch.
I think the
You
only
can hear
thing
that
Bud
shit.
said, B-Mac, in regards to that whole Bob Arum back and forth spat was, well, if he feel that way, then tell him to release me. I do remember him saying that.
Exactly.
That's about it. So, yeah,
That's
he's been
it.
very professional and strategic in regards to this whole situation. I agree. Go ahead. My bad.
That's it, my brother. So this thing with this lawsuit to me is great. It bring all everybody's talking about it. He getting all the publicity he want, and everybody want to say this, that, and the other about what he doing, and I'm like, what are y'all talking about? Why y'all can't see for what it is, man? These are not really quotes from Terence Crawford. This is the lawyer saying this shit. He got to bring it to the forefront. He got to sensationalize it. It's not an ignorant move. It is a great move. Why let that motherfucker get away with the shit he said? You know what I'm saying? You can't say the shit that you said to me and ruin my future. Look, after he said that, what did Eddie Hearn say? I ain't got nothing for him because I would love to have him, but shit, I ain't got no fighters over here. So if I ain't got no fighters over here, I can't negotiate with PBC because PBC ain't gonna do nothing.
Yeah,
but I can't pay Bud. What did Tim Smith and them say? Oh, we ain't got the money we want from him. Guess what? All those points come from off the shit Bob said. Because you know why? He wanted that. Bob wanted to do that. He did that shit on purpose. And his reasoning for doing that shit was that, look, and since he want to go out, I can have him come back and he can work for me. He can work for me for fucking less. Because there ain't nowhere else to go. Where else?
Great points, B-Mac.
Fuck Bob.
Great points.
I'll get it to somebody else, see?
All right, I appreciate you, bro. Let me go out to Herbie, man. You're live on the chat with the Black Picasso. Holler at me, bro.
What's up, man?
What's popping, man? Go ahead.
I ain't nothing, man. I'm just glad on y'all, y'all recovery and everything. I
appreciate it.
I gotta agree with B-Mac. I gotta agree with Miss T. And Ray, I think it's Ray. Yeah, like I'm trying. You said Bud is born on IOTV. I think he said that. Yeah, which he is. I agree with that. But I'm trying to figure out when was Spence ever when was he excited when he talked? He's a boring dude too. He don't say nothing. He started popping shit later on, but he don't sell fights. He don't like sell himself like that to me. I never felt that way. But I thought in the contract that it said, now I could be wrong, but I thought it said something about he got an extra 900,000 or $1 million for every fight that wasn't Earl. Now I could be wrong.
I don't know if that terminology was in there about every fight. That's what I was asking Bo, but I do know
it could be just the Kavalasas he owed him. I know he owed him like $4 million or something like that. He was saying, but I agree with what they said. They used the racial thing to make the headlines. You know, it's funny how they say, well, Bud's not known, but when you look on every channel, he's the topic.
Oh yeah,
of discussion.
And
this was before this.
Yeah.
This was before this. He was the topic of every discussion. So I'm just like, and when I look at the followers of Earl on Instagram and the followers of Terrence, it's the same. So I'm just like, I don't know, but it's not. I understand you sell yourself. And then one thing Red said that I agree with too. Floyd Mayweather had said years ago when they said, well, when he did that 2-year layoff and he came back and fought Marquez, he said, why don't you fight Shane Mosley? He said because he's not a pay-per-view attraction. When you put a black fighter with a Mexican fighter, they got a whole country behind them. That's a hot ticket. And I get where he was going then. But I for damn sure reading it, Bud has a legitimate case, and he has one of the best lawyers on it. Like, so I think he has a case. I think the racial thing was just for headlines. I know
Yeah.
it's some validity to it, but it's more so he got a case, man. He slandered his name. He said he can build a house in Beverly Hills from scratch for what he lost from him. He can't sell. He said all this stuff about this man publicly.
Yes.
But now this is going to, the only corny thing about this they're going to use this. Earl's going to use this to keep ducking him. See,
Oh,
it
yeah.
wasn't me. It was Bob.
Oh
That's
yeah,
what
you
they're
see the
gonna
play
do.
too? You see the play too?
I see the
They
play.
already
Oh, I
been
see the
absolving
play.
him. Yeah.
I see the play, man. And it's like, but he was smart. He was smarter than Mikey Garcia. Mikey was still in contract with him, and he shelved Mikey, and Mikey lost his prime. And now Mikey losing the journeyman. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not gonna happen with Bud. That's why I'm glad Bud got out of the contract. But Miss T hit everything on the head, man. She was on point.
Oh yeah, she was
That's all I got
definitely
to say.
on point. I appreciate that, Herbie, man. I appreciate that. Let me go out to Anthony Washington. You're live on the chat with the Black Picasso. Holler at me, bro.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear. Go ahead.
Hey, how you doing, E-Thriller? How's everybody on the panel? Yeah, I'm just calling, man, because after I heard what our BTA had to say, I said, man, let me call and try to clarify some things about this lawsuit here. Basically, as I said in the comments, this lawsuit has like 6 counts. All of them are related to breach of contract. You got some wording in there about fraudulent misrepresentation, negligence, misrepresentation, but all of it is relating to the claim of breach of contract. Within the claim, whenever you file a lawsuit, you have to allege claims in order to have a case. And in order to support the claim, you gotta also have what's known as statement of facts. Within his statement of facts, his attorney, he did a brilliant job. He argued, it was a long statement of facts. And within the statement of facts, he mentioned something about revolting racial bias.
Yeah.
And this is what the New York Post took out of the statement of facts and chose to use as its headline. So a lot of people who are not aware of law, they're thinking that Bud is accusing Arum of being a racist or being biased, and he's not accusing him of any of that. He's accusing Arum of breaching a contract. And within the claim, basically, they're saying that he robbed him of a fight. He didn't give him a fight that he agreed to give him. And that fight was like $4 million at least. And also, he mentioned within the statement of facts that, now let me tell you something, Bud wasn't going to fight Kavaliauskas. He was refusing to fight him. It wasn't until the last minute he agreed to sign the contract, and part of the agreement was that, yo, look, you got to give me the Spence fight. And if you don't give me the Spence fight, I want $900,000.
Now,
so
I could be wrong, not to cut you off, bro. I thought Egis Kavaliauskas ended up becoming his mandatory. Is that correct or no?
Even though he was his mandatory, Bud wasn't going to fight him. Bud was refusing to fight him. That's what I'm saying. And at the last, it's all in the complaint. I mean, it's all in the suit.
Okay.
He was refusing to fight him, and in the last minute he agreed to fight him. That's probably another reason why, you know, he had a rough time in the early rounds, man. He wasn't really into that shit. But anyway, he said, yo, okay, give me $900,000 if you don't give me the Spence fight. I mean, Bud wants Spence badly, man. Anybody who can't see this, man, they just twisted. He wants Spence badly. So he's basically suing because he wants $4 million that's owed, and he wants $900,000 on top of that. That's the reason why he's suing him. Nowhere in the complaint is he calling Bob a racist. So all that shit is nonsense, man. I don't know where Cass is coming from with that. And Bob, this is a lawsuit. This shit ain't new. Bob knew about this shit weeks ago. I recall Teddy Atlas saying on his show, the lawsuit that Crawford got coming, you know, right after the Porter fight, he mentioned that Crawford had a lawsuit coming. You know what I'm saying? Crawford's been putting pressure on Bob. Crawford's been putting pressure on Bob for months for this Spence fight. His attorney back in Nebraska was sending letters to him a year ago saying, look, man, Bud is upset about he's frustrated about the way you handling shit. You got to straighten this shit out. You know what I'm saying? So this is all about money that he's owed, breach of contract, got nothing to do with racism, nothing to do with slander, nothing to do with none of that bullshit. People running off.
That's the angle that the media took, though, bro. That's why I was like, well, damn, is this the only reason?
Yeah, but you know what? You know what?
All the other shit that was within the goddamn lawsuit. So that's what threw me for a loop. Go ahead.
I got you, fam. But you know what? You know why I respect you? Because you started your program and said, look, man, I don't know.
No, I don't know.
I'm not going to tell you I know what the hell is going on. I don't. I'm not a lawyer. I don't know what I'm talking. I mean, I don't know about this case, So that, right. But you got motherfuckers who act like they know, and then when they don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And that's what I don't like. That's what gets me, man. I mean, if you don't know, shut the fuck up. Right. And I don't mean to, be.
No, I get it.
But you know what? I like. I like Crawford, man. I like the way he moves, man, in the ring and outside the ring. And I don't like the disrespect, man, that brothers give him, man. He's these Jeffin ass niggas, man. Uncle Tom ass niggas.
I'm one of the main niggas that's on the front line that rides for Terence Crawford, no matter what. But you know me, I'm gonna be unbiased and objective as I possibly can.
And it's mainly motivated by the fact that he want to whip Spence's ass, and these dudes are Spence fans. All Bo want to do is fight him, beat his ass. That's it, man. Move on.
Not to cut you off. Let me ask you this. I get the whole breach thing. I get that he promised him the Earl fight. But let's just say, as a hypothetical, everything is on the up and up. Do you really believe Earl Spence would fight Terence Crawford?
I believe if they offered Spence enough money, and he mentioned, and it's in the lawsuit, Bob Arum said, look, man, I approached Al Heyman, I approached Spence and them, and I told him, look, I'll pay for Bud on Bud's end, but y'all got to come up with the money on his end. According to Arums, he's saying that they both want $10 million. They both wanted $10 million, man. He said they both wanted $10 million. And Arum said, I'm not spending $20 million. I'll spend the $10 million for Bud. You spend the $10 million for Arrow. And they was like silent on that, man. They don't want to pass a Bud, man. They don't want to lose those belts.
That kind of points back to the PBC, though. I mean, I think that's fair. Bud, Bob put up his portion for Bud, and Al and whoever put up their portion.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
They don't want to lose those belts, man. That's why they keeping them shits in house. That's why they hold them hostage.
But that's my question to you, though, bro. Even with everything on the up and up, can we legitimately blame Bob Arum for that fight not happening? Because me personally, I don't think Earl wants the fight.
I'm not blaming Bob Arum for the fight not happening. I'm not blaming, but Bud is blaming him for not paying him for a fight that he promised him.
That's why I said I get the whole breach thing. I'm just saying, everything was on the up and up. Do you believe it? Because I think Bob will make the fight. I really do.
It's clear Spencer's ducking, man. Okay. Bob tried, bro. Okay. You got to give Bob his credit. Bob tried, man.
Yes,
but he can't make the man step in the ring. Bro.
Like he's offered these dudes deals, and all of them said no, or all of them priced themselves out. And the only reason why quarter fight is because the shit got mandated. But
Bud is a killer, man. Bud is a killer, man.
Oh, yeah,
these niggas scared to death of Bud, bro. They scared to death of Bud, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate
but that's all I wanted to say, man. Thanks for inviting me to the panel, man. Y'all have a good night.
Anytime, you too, bro.
Peace out. All right, thank you.
Go out to Quentin Brantley, and then I'm gonna bring everybody on, man. You live on the chat with the Black Picasso. Holler at me, bro. Yo, Quentin, going once, going twice. Tap back in, bro. And let me bring everybody back on. I think Miss T back on here. Hold on. Hey, yo, Miss T.
Yo, what's going on?
There you go. I'm sorry about that. Hey, everybody can come on and cook now, y'all. You can unmute your mics.
Yeah. Man, yo, I ain't gonna lie, man. Y'all drop. Everybody put in some valid points, man. I mean, y'all drop some knowledge and whatnot. And I could see, you know what I'm saying, points on both sides of the argument and stuff like that.
Yes.
But definitely the defamation, man, that one seemed like that's an easy one. But as far as the racial bias, that's going to be a hard hill to climb to prove and everything else. But he might have a, you know what I'm saying, a real shot at, you know, getting that lawsuit. I know, you know what I'm saying, Bob Arum basically defamed him, you know, talking about he lost money and all that stuff. He could build a house in Beverly Hills. He lost over $20 million or whatever. But at the end of the day, man, I think Bob done dug himself in a big hole when it comes to that.
Yeah.
But as far as the racial part, we're gonna have to see about that one.
I agree. I think this topic, it's a lot of people that's going to be on one side or the other. I'm kind of leaning towards both sides because I can see it from all sides, in my honest opinion. And until I read that whole goddamn lawsuit of 23 pages, I can't really give a definitive answer on what's going on. That's just my personal opinion on it.
Hey, I want to say, B-Mac, you better preach, boy.
Yeah. Hey, Miss
You better
T.
preach. Hey, how you doing?
How you doing?
I'm good.
Thank you.
I'm sorry. I want
No,
people
I
to
was just
know
saying thank you.
there's a difference between saying somebody's a racist and saying somebody is racially biased. Thriller, you come on and you say, I don't know. You make a concerted effort not to be biased. And that's a good thing.
Mm-hmm.
But if that was the big umbrella that everything else fell under, Bud do have a case, and you guys are pointing out that racial bias was noted somewhere in the paperwork, but that was sensationalism for the reporter to bring that out to the forefront because it gets people talking, it gets people interest. It's the buzzword. But bias, Bud can prove that. He might can't prove racism, but he can prove bias. I gave you Pacquiao. What about Tyson Fury? Tyson Fury was not signed with Bob the first fight of Wilder, but then he was signed with Bob, and somehow he get $100 million contract off of what? What did he do to deserve $100 million? Why did he get that? What has he done for Top Rank? That's bias. You can show it over and over and over again. That's why I think he has a case. It'll be so many people that could come out and say something to that effect. But if it's more about the breach of contract, I think that Bud got a case. And in the end, it's bringing awareness. And so, and that way he got a game. And they could talk about the MBF policy too, because that was around even when Floyd was there. So, I mean, he has a case.
Oh yeah, he definitely has a case as far as that defamation of character and all that stuff, Miss T. I totally agree with you on that. That's an easy.
And Miss T, salute to you. Salute to
For
you.
real.
Salute to you.
Very knowledgeable.
Yo, she came in there. I ain't never even heard of her before, man. But when she came in there on Thriller page, man, yo, that shit remind me of like how Remy Martin came in when she first came in the game and shit. And start lighting shit up.
You kind of sound like Remy Martin.
Yo, that's right. I was like, damn. That's why I had to ask. I was like, yo, I'm gonna have to take a clip of that joint, man. Just post it on my
Hey, Miss T,
page,
if you don't mind me asking, I ain't trying to blow you up, but do you have a page or a channel? If so, drop the link. Drop the link in the chat.
Please do blow me up. It's
drop the link in the chat. Whenever you feel ready, drop the link in the chat.
So I had put it in there.
Yeah, go ahead, y'all.
It's Boxing Fans Talk TV. And I come on like 7:30 Monday through Friday. On Fridays, I have Grown Women Talk. So for you fellas who like to be a fly on the wall, listening to women talk about any and everything, y'all welcome to come.
I'll be there.
To kind of answer your question, Miss T, on that thing about Tyson Fury and what did he bring to the table and what it was, and to be cut and dry with it is that he was a white heavyweight champion. Plain and simple.
I agree.
I mean,
hold on, y'all. I don't mean to cut y'all off. Quinn, hey, yo, Quinn, you live on the chat with the Black Picasso. You back, bro?
Yeah, I'm back, bro. How you doing, man?
I'm doing well, man. I appreciate you for tapping in, my guy. Salute. Go ahead, bro. Pop your shit.
Hey, man, we're going to have to get on another topic as far as, things that, me and you commented about, but we're going to talk about this lawsuit, right?
Go ahead.
First and foremost, man, I pray to God Bud wins this case, right? Just because I feel like Bob Arum overall done sabotaged this man's career, talking about what he done lost, things of that nature, right? But I want to ask you, did you hear the other comments George Foreman had made? Well, I don't know if he made it or Bob Arum made it, talking about that Bud was actually offered the Spence fight after the Eagles Colossians fight, but he turned it down.
I heard
Did
a
you hear
little
about
bit
that?
of George Foreman comments, but I didn't catch that part. I need to go back and reread it. What did he
Yeah,
say?
they trying to say right now that he was offered the fight, but he didn't like the terms of the contract and he turned it down.
Oh wow, no, I didn't read that.
I'm gonna say this because I know other people want to get on the chat, man. I listen to your show all the time.
Appreciate
I
that.
listen to all the shows, regardless if they Bud channels, Spence channels, whatever. I just like boxing, right? I hate he re-signed with Top Rank, and the racial bias, that's gonna be a tricky one, man. You know what I'm saying? Because the actions, you can say it's racial bias, but you know he'll have to really prove that, man.
Yeah,
that's gonna be a true sticky one. But I'm gonna say this here and let you go, because you said something earlier that had me thinking the same thing that you got to thinking. As far as when Bud presented this lawsuit, it's like, damn, because you know the narrative has been out there for so long that everybody's been ducking Bud, Spence ducking Bud, things of that nature, man. But I don't believe neither one of them ducking each other, man. I truly believe that Bob Arum, he just sabotaged that man's career, man. Straight up, man. That man should be a superstar, man. Bud Crawford, the only reason why Bob was able to get those contracts, those extensions through ESPN, the whole 9 yards, because of Bud, his talent, and hopes of bringing in the Spence fight. But, man, they don't do Lomachenko like that, Tyson Fury like that. I don't like what they did to him, man. You know what I'm saying? And that's just for a black man. You know what I'm saying? Regardless that I rock with Spence, the whole 9 yards, man, I don't like how they did it, man. You know, hurt this man's marketing ability, hurt this man's negotiation ability. Of course, Spence gonna lowball him. Of course, they gonna lowball him because Bob Arum was hurting him. You understand what I'm saying?
95-5 now.
See, can I say something, man, real quick?
Go ahead, B man.
Go ahead.
See, that's the problem. What he was just saying, and what my other gentleman earlier was just saying, you know, it's not just Bob Arum's problem of what happened to Crawford, like many others, but it's us black people. We always got to divide each other. We gotta split hairs. We can't support both of them. We can't put money in both of them. We gotta split shit. See, it's gotta be 90-10 now. 70-30, 80-20. It can't be 50-50. We can't look out for both. No,
that's just a plot to keep. He don't want to fight. That's why they doing that.
That's the problem. No. See, we can't keep saying that because see, at the end of the day, the same dudes that bought the Earl pay-per-view, why the fuck you ain't buy the Crawford Porter pay-per-view? See, it's the same. It's the same shit. You should have the same numbers. You should have good numbers when you sit here and then when they come back and say, well, black fighters don't sell. Well, this is why we always want to be crab in the bucket. Let's just keep the shit real. If you a Spence fan, I can't support them motherfuckers. See, we supported Spence until we got tired of the bullshit when they did the Crawford, and then we say, well, look, we ain't supporting these bullshit ass fights. And this is when we say we ain't supported because we had enough. But see, some people, we be like that all the time when it's black. That's why you say, well, Manny Pacquiao got a whole country behind him, or Canelo Alvarez got all of Mexico, or Tyson Fury got all of the UK, or Anthony Joshua got all this. But guess what? When we over here in the USA, we split hairs when it come to our own fucking fighters. Let's keep that shit real. We want to
Hey man,
stream. We want to be
that's
tight.
that's true
That's
statement,
the
man. That's true
fucking problem.
statement. That's true statement. I agree with that. 110%. That is a true statement, man.
I agree. I agree with
I
everything you
I
said.
I I, I agree with that.
I just don't. I disagree when you said you think that Earl ain't ducking Bud. I think he is personally. That's my
All right,
opinion.
hold on. Well, hold on. Let's talk like this, right? Let me ask all y'all a question, right? First of all, the reason why everybody can be quick to holler, Earl's ducking him or he's ducking him, because they make the call outs, right? But we know in boxing, that's not how fights get made. These are prize fighters. Ain't no, I call you out, you meet me behind the school bus or meet me behind the school building. No, you know what I'm saying? It's prize fighting, man.
Yeah,
You know
but
what I'm
that's not
saying?
what I'm basing it on. I'm basing it on the fact that he started screaming percentages, but he didn't scream percentages with no one else. That's what I'm basing it on.
Okay. And watch this. This is what I believe. When it comes to the percentages and get to holler and all this other, right? I really feel like the fight, they didn't. I really feel like PBC didn't want to do no business with Bob. Period, man. That's what I truly feel and believe. You know what I'm saying? Because Bob is no good.
But they did
Bob
it with
Arum
Sean
is no
Porter.
good.
But what makes PBC so good?
Yeah,
It's not
wait, hold on. B-Mac, please ask that again, because you
Yeah,
stole
but
it from my mind.
yeah, Bob's no good. But what makes PBC so good?
I tell you.
Hey, I got one better. I got one better.
No, let him answer the question.
Okay.
Let me answer the question. Then I want to comment on something you said earlier about the fans, the support, and things of that nature, right? Because Bud don't have a lot of people that say they Bud Crawford fans. And I'm not speaking on nobody on this panel. A lot of them not really Bud Crawford fans. A lot of them are PBC haters pretending to be Bud Crawford fans. And
You might have a point.
Because I'm gonna show you something. Because for all the people, he would have more support. His numbers would be a whole lot better than they were. But a lot of them, they fake fans, man. They're not real Bud Crawford fans. They more PBC biased, because PBC, they trying to do their own thing. You know what I'm saying? They trying to have their own everything. Everybody see what they doing, right? We all see that. I'll say this. Because Floyd left. Everybody that left Top Rank, they end up becoming great. I will say this about PBC. Al Heyman, how often do you hear Al Heyman say anything?
We don't never hear Al Heyman say nothing.
That's my point.
You don't think for 1 minute? You don't think for 1 minute his fighters over there losing their money?
Oh yeah, he's definitely a fucking gangster. Yeah, and so that's why I asked, what makes him so great? What makes PBC great? They haven't built anyone. They not making fights. They not making fights outside of the PBC. Tank Davis need to leave the PBC. He's not getting what he needs to get. He's getting underpaid. What makes them? What Deontay Wilder? He got that because he did what? He fought Tyson Fury. Without Tyson Fury, when he fought Luis Ortiz on pay-per-view, that shit didn't do shit.
Yeah, that shit flop.
Yep.
Yeah.
So let's not mistake here what really is going on. People got to understand they need each other. And when you talk about the supporters, and we say, well, they really Spence haters. Well, would that make Spence? Because there's 30 million people in Texas, and you mean to tell me he only doing 250,000 in his last pay-per-view?
Exactly my point, B-Man.
So where is the support there?
Boxing is the least popular sport.
No, man, this is Texas. It's 30 million there.
That's
30 million.
A good point.
And let me add something,
good one right there. I'm sorry.
Yeah, it is a good one. You got 30 million. You got 250,000 people in there going for pay-per-view.
I just want the one guy to answer my question. He said they don't want to do business with Bob, but how did they do business with Porter? And that's what.
Yeah, I was gonna say that. And how they do the business with Tyson Fury.
Correct.
And how they do business with like a whole bunch of other fighters.
Listen, he gave. Look, you know how you can prove racial bias? Honestly, he gave Lomo Chico a title fight in his third fight.
Huh?
Come on.
Hold on. Who said that? Who was that?
His third fight, he was like a title fight.
Nah, the second fight, he had a title fight in the second fight.
I mean, but my rebuttal to you, Herbie, would be that shit. Bud got a title fight in his first shot at 147.
Exactly.
So I mean, I could throw that back at you, bro. I don't think that sticks, bro. Not that point.
Well, remember that Bud was undisputed at 140. So when he went up to 147, he had to pick of the litter. He can go straight to a title fight. That's every division.
Well, that's a mandatory,
But also I want to put on y'all mind. Y'all remember that ESPN Plus app, which is not user friendly. I'm not making excuses. I'm just making a statement, and it's trash, as y'all say, and I agree. But when DAZN put on fights, their whole stable can get on there. But the whole time Bud was with Arum, it was only Bud going on the ESPN Plus. Now, have y'all noticed lately that Bob is using that app a lot now that Terence is gone? Why? Why now, Bob?
Well, he used Terence first.
Well,
he used Terence first. That's where Jeff Warren was on.
But what was the holdup, B-Mac?
Hey, hold on,
no, that's what I'm saying. He used Bud for it.
Hold on, y'all. If you got something in your background, please mute your audio so the chat can enjoy the show. Go ahead.
And also the pay-per-view numbers that Errol has. The mark was what Mayweather made. How now is what Errol make the mark? That's such a downgrade.
Exactly, Miss D, because that's just a narrative.
The bias is all over. I think Bob is comparable. I think some of the fans, I think we all are comparable. But when Bud get in there, he's going to expose a lot of stuff, because when they have Discovery, everything and anything about to come out.
Hey, hold on, y'all. Let me read this $5 super chat. Shout out to Dirty Red, who was on the panel. He said, had to work out the technical difficulties. I'm about to jump back in. Yeah, you on here, bro. Hey, yo, Red.
Yeah.
You on here, bro. Go ahead, man. You on here. You can tap in.
Oh, okay. I was just let you know I had to jump back out. My stream was fucking up and everything like that. But
you good, bro.
Check this out though. You know who else had these type of problems? See, the one thing about it, Bob Arum seen this shit before. You know who else who had these type of problems? Marvelous fucking Hagler. He had the same type of problem. Yeah. He couldn't get fights because to fight a guy like a marvelous Marvin Hagler or to fight a guy like Terence Crawford, man, these fighters want a lot of money. And they want a lot of money, you know what I'm saying? Just because, bro, this guy's liable to beat your ass in this ring. Like, he's liable to fucking hurt you. You see what he did to Sean Porter. Like, come on now. Like, that's ridiculous what he did to Sean Porter. Sean Porter's supposed to run through him like a freight train. He's big, he's strong, he's aggressive. Man, he was punking him. He's throwing him all over the fucking ring. Down there, I think it was like the third round. He down there picked his ass up and tossed him out the ring. Then was talking shit to him. On top of that, carried his ass throughout the fight. Fifth round was just bagging him up at will. And then 10th round just stopped him at will. You gonna need a lot of money to get guys to go in the ring. Like, these motherfuckers no talent. Just like, a lot of these guys on the panel, and even Miss T, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all play sports, and we all can recognize when a motherfucker is bad. Right. When a motherfucker is bad. And when it's a one-on-one competition like this, hey man, $4 million ain't gonna, like, think about it. It was offering Sean Porter like 1 million, 1.5. Sean Porter already came out and said 2 million ain't enough. Well, damn, 2 million was enough for Earl. What the fuck? 2 million was enough for Earl, but it ain't. Oh, what?
2 million was even start negotiations there. That's what Sean Porter said.
Yeah, they came up with so many excuses when it came to Errol Spence. Errol Spence fans were making up excuses that Errol Spence didn't even say himself. It's like, oh, well, Errol Spence said this. And this is what he's doing now. Like they just audible everything, you know what I'm saying? Just to you know what I'm saying, make Errol Spence look like he wasn't ducking. And then Errol Spence hear all his extreme fans saying this stuff on social media. So then he turns around and mimics the same excuses that they made up for him.
Pacquiao wanted, fought it. Pacquiao
Thurman
wanted, fought
10.
it. Fought it million. What that tell you? That's telling you this motherfucker's a killer. Like you can read between the lines. All you gotta, if you want to know who can fight, goddamn, just look at what motherfuckers asking to get in the ring with that motherfucker. That's all you gotta do. That's all you have to do. Pacquiao wanted, fought it. Motherfucker, Pacquiao made fought it in a while.
Well, he wanted 20 when he was in his prime.
Yep. These dudes wanted more money than they ever seen.
Yeah, he wanted 20 before the pandemic, and he wanted 40 during the pandemic. Makes no sense.
Yeah, it do make sense. It makes all the sense in the world. These guys, because you gotta think about it. It's not like other sports where you sign to a contract and you got a certain number of games to play. You're gonna play this team, you're gonna play that team, this and that. Those are individual sports, so it makes all the sense in the world. It's like, okay, you want me to fight this guy? Okay, I'll do it for $2 million. You want me to fight this guy? I'll do it for $3 million. Oh, you want me to fight that little black motherfucker right there? Oh, no, you got to drop the motherfucking bag. We even see this in UFC. John Jones, they want him to fight. What's that big ass dude name? That big ass African dude, man. What is his name?
Shit, I ain't really up on the UFC like that. Somebody
which guy you talking about?
Francis
Ngannou. Exactly. Francis Ngannou. John Jones, he a bad motherfucker. He done fought and whooped all kind of ass before. But he looked at him and said, "Hello, y'all want me to fight him? Y'all got to drop the motherfucking bag." And it's the same thing with Terence Crawford, man. Like, he's different. Like, he's a different style of guy when it comes to inside that ring. His talent and his fucking marketability don't match up at all, because like one thing about him and the difference, like Floyd, guys was willing to fight Floyd because we know we're gonna get a big paycheck, and I'm probably not gonna get hurt. You know what I'm saying? Floyd Mayweather had the motherfucking brittle head and shit, so motherfuckers was lining up. But for Terence Crawford, it's like the complete opposite. It's like, okay, I'm not gonna get like 10, 15, 20 million to fight this guy. And this motherfucker, he's a dog. Like, straight up, this ain't on no fanboy shit. Just like, come on now. This guy's a dog. He's strong. You know what I'm saying? He's fast. He's athletic. He can punch with both hands and come at you with either stand. Like, this motherfucker is the definition of dangerous to a fighter.
Break it up. Hey, yo, hold on, bro. Hey, you breaking up. Hey, yo, let me read this super chat. Shout out to my boy AntKid78, man, for that $5 super chat, man. Man, I've been breaking out, man. Hey, man, anybody that sent me a super chat, I gotta play the boy Marty, man. Hey, man. Shout out to the panel. What's good, fellas and ladies? Mrs. T, God bless to you all. B-Mac, stay strong, and prayers up to you, big dog. Salute.
Hey, thanks, Kid, man. Thank you, my brother. I appreciate it, brother.
Man, I had to get that up in there, man.
That
made me day.
Yeah, big bro, what's popping?
Hey, that was funny right there, man.
I appreciate that, man.
That's an instant classic.
Yeah, that's classic right there, fam. That's classic right there.
That in the tongue nerves, man.
I still be watching Martin every night too.
Yes, sir.
Hey, when I was down with COVID, man, that's all I watched, Bo. I just had the Martin reruns on all day, bro.
That's how
they got me through.
That's how I was when I had the COVID. I was in the hospital, man. I was like, yo, watch some damn Martin and shit.
Yeah. Damn, hold on, man. Y'all showing up with the boy Thriller, man. Hey, salute to True Gritter 402 for that $10 cash out, man.
Oh, man, he want to see it again.
Hey, man.
He Thriller, he want to see it.
Hey, man, I appreciate y'all, man. Y'all showing up, showing out, but y'all go ahead.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. That's what's up.
Hey y'all, shout out to Blood Boxing. He's the one that directed me to you in the first place, E Thriller. So I gotta give a shout out to him, man.
Man. Hey, I watch Blood
Yeah.
Boxing every time he come on. I wish he came on every day, but I get it. I don't even come on every day. But yeah, salute the Blood, man.
Yeah, man. Salute the Blood. Like somebody said, Marvin Hagler, man. Blood got that series on Hagler, man. I was just finishing that. He got part 1 and part 2. Shout out to Blood. Yeah, that was
I'm ready
real
for
shit
that new
right
one
there.
to drop. Yeah, when he dropped
Yes,
that new one,
sir.
it's gonna be a motherfucker.
Yes, sir.
Shout out to Blood.
Bro, the crazy thing about Marvin Hagler, like this shit been going on so long. Marvin Hagler had to get government officials fucking involved to get a fucking fight. Ain't that some shit? And he got robbed on his first championship.
Facts.
Yeah. Yeah. You know, this is a new day. So a lot of the problem though is that, at first in the beginnings, man, and throughout history, man, we was always fans of the fighters and we was fans of the sport, that, hey, we wanted to see the fights. Now in this new age shit, I don't know where it came from exactly, but, to me, I feel like it's what mainly happened with, the Floyd Mayweather fans. We started being fans of promotional companies. Like, when the fuck did that start? That's why I asked the gentleman, like, what the fuck is PBC? Just like what the fuck is Top Rank? Nothing makes them so special. We can't be, if your fighter fights for this promotional company, we can't be a fan of the promotional company. We got to be a fan of the sport and take the boxing back. We can't be sitting over here and being like, yeah, everything PBC does. And you say, well, you're a PBC hater. Well, yeah, I'm a PBC hater. And I'm a Top Rank hater. And I'm a fucking Zone hater. And I'm a Matchroom hater. I don't like none of them. We fans of the sport. Until we realize that so we can get the fights we want, ain't nobody supposed to be a fan of a fucking promotional company. They're lining their pockets. They don't give a fuck, just like Tim Smith just said. Oh, we ain't got no money to pay him. Oh, and what's it, Leonard Ellaby talking about? Well, he paid him that money. We're not gonna pay him. Man, fuck you talking about? So we gotta sit there and watch that shit you want us to do. Fuck you talking about, man? So you can.
This shit been going on so long. Why you think Pernell Whitaker got robbed from Julio Cesar Chavez? Like, there's no boxing expert, like, no matter what race, color, creed, nationality, like, there's no boxing expert around that says Julio Cesar Chavez won their first fight with Pernell Whitaker, but who they give it to? You see what I'm saying? Like, it's not a racial aspect as far as like people hating black people or none of that. It's all about the money. These motherfuckers thought that shit, we can make more money with Chavez, and it just was what it was. And it's the same thing with Crawford. You know what I'm saying? You gotta think about it. Like, look at the fight between this goddamn But look at the fight between Sugar Ray Leonard and Marvelous Morgan Hagler. Like, that's one of the most debated fights, you know what I'm saying, in boxing history. You know what I'm saying? You had the black golden boy, you know what I'm saying, for lack of a better terms, fighting this rough, rugged, tough motherfucker. But, most boxing experts would say that Marvin Hagler won the damn fight. But who did they give it to? This is nothing new. Especially in the sport of boxing. This shit been going on, bro.
But it's still.
But I think Ray Leonard won that fight, though. I'm sorry, but yeah, I hear what you're saying. I know what
Peter Pan punches at the end. Come on, bro.
Look at the politics.
You talking about Peter Pan punches? We ain't talking about Ray never had no Peter Pan punches. Now, I mean, I don't know what you talking about. We can throw some clips up there now. Ray,
hey, B-Man, it's a lot of people that say.
See what I'm saying? Still debated to this day.
10 seconds is just threw some flurries and stuff.
That's fine. That's fine. But to say he was gifted to fight. Nah, I mean, you can say he won, or you can say you can debate how close it was, but nah, that you can't put Ray Leonard and Hagler versus Pernell Whitaker versus Chavez. I'm
putting Ray Leonard versus Hagler with Errol Spence and
Well, didn't Ray Leonard have a layoff
before he fought Hagler?
5 years.
Yeah.
Shit, that don't
Okay, so
fucking
that's
matter about
why.
his fucking layoff.
No,
I don't
but
give
I
a fuck
mean,
about his layoff. He
I
get
mean,
his
that's
ass in
more
the ring. We
impressive.
got to judge him on what he
No,
do now. I
listen.
don't give a damn.
What I'm saying
Yeah, that's
is he
still more
had a
impressive.
5-year layoff and got in the ring with a killer. And damn, and pretty much in some people's eyes, he won the fight.
That's
So
some.
In
I
my
think
eyes,
I'm
he
That's the
won the
same
fight
type of
just like
shit.
most
That's the same
everybody
type of
else.
shit you can say about Terence Crawford and Earl Spence. If they ever meet up, you can say, "Oh, the car accident. Oh, the eye injury. This, then the third." Man, look, man, you got guys in other sports. They play with injuries all the time. Goddamn it,
no,
I
I
don't give a
agree.
damn about
I'm just saying.
what you go in with. It is what it is. You go in there, we see what you do, and we gonna judge from there. I don't give a damn what happened in between, before, after. Goddamn, you gotta think about it. No Moss fight. They want to say Roberto Duran was just out drinking tequila, getting drunk, fucking hoes and shit. And
Yeah,
I'm just saying.
exactly.
Yo, the
I agree.
reality
Yeah,
is,
eating steaks.
is
Yeah,
that before the accident and everything else, Spence ain't want to fight Bud anyway, and that's just known facts.
There you go.
So he's gonna
And I made a
find
state.
excuses.
I made a statement that anything from the neck up, those injuries don't heal as fast as people think. They will heal up initially, but to cement the healing, it doesn't work like that. And people's like, no, your eyes are the fastest to heal. I say, we gonna see. We're gonna see, because anybody who get in the ring with him, they better be targeting them eyes, because I promise you, it takes a lot longer, because even though it's healed, it's easily to rip. And somebody said, well, he had a detached retina, not a torn retina. But in order for it to detach, it has to tear. I be like, cut the shit, man. Look, we gonna see when he get in that ring and Ugas piece him up in the eyes. Smith ain't gonna never be the same.
But at the same time, you can re-injure that type of injury with any fighter, because most boxers, they aim for the head before they start for the body. You know what I'm saying? Or if they start for the body, they're going back to the head. So it really don't matter if you get in the ring with Ugas or Crawford when it comes to that type of injury. You gotta think about it. He got that injury in sparring. It wasn't even a damn fight. He got that injury trying to get to the biggest fight of his career, was Manny Pacquiao. So that's just one of those injuries that it comes along with the sacrifice of being the fighter. Some guys fuck around and get it. Some guys don't.
That's
Hey,
if you
I
really
got
hurt.
a
Hold on,
question
y'all.
for
Let me
y'all.
read this super chat. Shout out to my boy Poetic. He said, Bud on BS, he needs to move on.
Hey, I got a
move on
question.
from what?
I got a question for y'all. I mean, it's gonna sound way out there, but do y'all really think Errol Spence had a detached retina?
No, I don't think so.
I question it.
I don't know.
I don't think so.
Hell
And
yeah, I
if
think he do.
he did, I think it's all in with the accident and fighting Danny. Because I think what happens is it tears. You don't know a tear, like a small microscopic tears. That's how small they are. And it tears and tears and tears until it detach. Ain't no telling where he got that at.
Like, to me,
Why would
the way I
he
look
do
at it,
that? Why would he fake an eye injury and lose all that money? Why would he do
I don't
that?
know. I just know I've had a scratch cornea on many occasions, putting in my contacts and taking them out, and that shit is painful. So I can only imagine a goddamn detached
Preach.
retina that he said.
Preach.
This is what Earl said. Earl said it didn't bother him. He was still gonna
You
try to
better
fight.
preach.
To me, that
Yeah,
doesn't
that's
make sense,
crazy.
bro.
Eye
That
pain
makes
is
no
the
sense.
worst.
I couldn't even
doctors
have
wouldn't let
light in
him
my
fight.
eye. That
The
shit was like
doctors wouldn't let him
Yeah.
fight. That's why he didn't fight. The
I
Hey
had a
doctors.
man, it was
I
two
had a
detached
micros.
retinas,
But
man.
listen to
Look,
what I'm saying, bro. He said he didn't
yeah,
even recognize he had that injury, is what I'm saying. And I'm
I
I
had
saying,
mean,
a I had
it
a
was
microscopic cyst on my
You
eye.
said
You couldn't
you said
even
it was
see
two,
it,
D-Mac?
and it dropped me to my knees. I can't
yeah,
even imagine.
eye injuries ain't
How,
nothing to
it,
play with,
Hey,
Misty.
but check this out though. How many of us get punched in the face for a living? Not only you got to get punched in the face to get paid, and just to practice to get the paycheck. You see what I'm saying? We talking about a totally different animal. So when he says he didn't feel it, I don't think he may have not, because you got to think about it. Professional athletes, they have all kinds of injuries. They have all kinds of fucking injuries, and they just so used to taking the pain, the gruel, and the punishment of that shit. You might not fucking feel it until it's too late.
Not eye injuries.
No, I don't think you
No.
see a lot of eye
We talking
injuries,
but
about
bro.
nerve
but but
damage
but
too.
hold
Not no
up.
eye
This the only
injury.
problem I got though. I hear all that and I agree with y'all. The only thing is suspect to me that it was two detached retinas at the
Ooh,
same time.
Break that down.
Because Earl Spence had a detached retina, and then Madonna's little brother had a detached retina at the same fucking time.
Where he
But guess what?
He got one too. All of a
That's
sudden.
not an uncommon injury for boxers.
Hold up. But I hear what you're saying. But I'm saying this shit happened at the same time, so they can have this fight.
Yeah,
that's all I'm saying.
With the same opponents.
That makes it suspect to me. That's all. I don't know. I wasn't there, but you know, it wasn't like because if you had a hand injury and Madonna broke his hand or something, you had to show that. You know, but nobody even seen Madonna's little brother. His shit, he was supposed to fight Ugas on the undercard of the Earl Spence and Pacquiao fight. Now they both had detached retinas at the same goddamn time.
No. It wasn't. The other guy had another type of eye injury. It wasn't necessarily.
No, he had a detached retina.
He had a detached retina, bro.
I read that.
Injury.
Both of them had a detached retina.
Yes.
He had the same injury.
Same injury.
Yeah, they had the same injury.
I remember that shit.
Yo, on top of that,
that's the only little thing that kind of got me like, come on now.
Yo, Spence also when he was going through that camp, right? He just looked sickly. You know what I'm saying? Trying to lose that weight. I thought that was really the main reason. You know what I'm saying? He didn't make it to the fight because it looked like he just looked sick. You know what I'm saying?
It might be. You know what?
Hold on, y'all. Poetic live on the chat with the Black Picasso. Holler at me, bro. Pop your shit.
Poetic.
What's up, man? I hope all y'all safe, man. You know, it's some people around me been getting coronavirus at work and shit. So, B-Mac, I hope you straight. I hope you straight, Thriller, or
Thank
whoever
you,
else
brother.
got the
Appreciate that, bro.
Appreciate it.
Coronavirus. I did pray for y'all too, though, the other day. So I hope
Thanks,
y'all
bro.
good.
I appreciate that, bro. Appreciate
no
that.
problem, no problem, man. And I said on the super chat, I'm just saying, like, you know, I mean, I understand, you know, the stuff went on, or you know, we know Bob Arum do be on some whole shit, but at the same time, I just feel like Bud needs to just move on, bro. I mean, because I talked to E-Thriller earlier, and I mean, like, he probably already said this stuff, but y'all know what he pretty much said. And I'm pretty sure he already said this stuff on the live. I mean, dude, I don't understand. Unless you got some text messages or some emails or some voice recordings behind closed doors that it's like the nigga race. I mean, but then again, you suing the nigga because he racist. I mean, okay, it's America. If he racist, okay, I don't understand why that's such a big deal. But I mean, bro,
That's not really the lawsuit, bro.
That's not the lawsuit.
Well, whatever lawsuit, I feel like he needs to just move on. Because I mean,
he owed money. He gotta get his bread.
Yeah. If he underpaid, Poetic, he got to get that money, man.
Well, my thing is what's the chances of him actually getting all of it?
He's gonna get most of it.
He's gonna get a lot of it because there was a breach of contract. Especially, he was supposed to have 2 fights in 1 year, and he only managed to get one. And the one that fell through, which was supposed to be against Earl Spence, he was supposed to get paid $900,000 for that if that fight fell through, and he never did.
Oh well, I mean, okay, we probably should win it then. I just hope this shit can hurry up and get over with, so we can focus on, so these niggas can focus on fighting each other. Because this shit, I hate when like the side shit come up because it detracts from the shit that actually needs to happen. Because these niggas already not fighting. Shit like this will make these niggas not fight even longer. So
they not
gonna
fight.
Nah, they ain't even got nothing to do with the fight.
Well, I don't care about him fighting Arrow specifically because I don't even believe that fight gonna happen either. I just want to see this nigga fight.
Oh, he gonna fight.
I need
Well, they ain't stopping them from fighting.
Hey, that's why Terence Crawford moved the way he moved. You see, he really don't talk much. Hell, he ain't even said shit about this. The dude don't do nothing. He don't say nothing. All he do is fight. The lawyer gonna worry about the case. We talking about the shit because we boxing fans or we Crawford fans or you know woo. But hell, that shit really don't really mean nothing else. It's just a hot topic for us to talk about. This motherfucker probably still training, doing sit-ups, push-ups, etc., playing with his kids like he always do. Just staying a low-key motherfucker ready to whoop somebody's ass.
Hey, yo, hold on, y'all. Let me read this $5 super chat. Shout out to my boy D-Town Blaster, man.
That March shit tripped me out.
That's the episode when he won that lottery ticket.
Hell yeah.
Hey, D-Town says, sub E3 in the chat. Sub to you too, Sergeant Fish Fry. E3 get well. B Mac, keep your head up. Miss T sound fine. The lady and you gents cooking tonight. 214. Yes, sir. Man, I see you, man.
Thank you.
Fish fry.
Talking to number in the background.
Hey,
That's
he threw this sound
yes,
like
sir.
he tried to get one in on me. Hey, I see you. I'm gonna direct you to the POF website. You over here flirting.
Hey, you need a map, bro. That boy need a map.
Shout out to D-Town, man. Y'all go ahead, my bad.
Yeah,
Hey, but check this out,
the
though.
other question y'all asked, I do think that it's a possibility that he could have faked that eye injury, but at the same time, I don't believe he would have. I don't see him faking that eye injury, but I do believe. I thought ILTBA brought up a great point on one of your previous lives when he said he hears through the grapevine that Aragon, if he were to win this fight against Ugas, he gonna drop them belts and move up. Because I mean, like a bunch of other people done already said, man, and that Pacquiao promotion dude looked half past dead. The nigga was drained like a motherfucker. I ain't never seen him. Like, we all know he be super chill and all this type of shit, but dude, bro, that man looked like drained like a motherfucker. And I could understand. I could believe. I mean, I think him not being able to make 147 at this point is very realistic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially if you out there drinking and partying and everything else, man. That shit gonna make this shit a lot harder.
Yeah, whether he not doing that or not, that shit's still gonna take a toll on your body. Later on down the line, and right now it's probably like later on down the line. He really fucked his own self up. He put himself in this position, so whatever.
I think he gonna pull an okey doke and fight Keith Thurman. That's what I think.
It ain't no telling, man. But shout out to IOTBA. Last night on his live stream, he said he got it from a good source that Earl is having a phenomenal camp. He's loving this new strength and conditioning coach. The eye isn't an issue. And he's saying that he can make a weight at 147 for at least 2 more years with this new strength and conditioning coach. Just food for thought.
Yeah.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
What if he do duck Terrence again and fight Keith and Keith knock his ass out?
That ain't gonna happen.
Hilarious.
Keith ain't skilled enough to knock him out. Like,
Man,
he can't. Keith ain't.
I don't know now.
Yes, he is.
Keith Thurman
That's
got
true.
skills, you know what I'm saying?
But he got skills.
real
He do got
skills,
skills.
but he just inactive.
Yeah, Keith Thurman got skills. Don't sleep.
Keith Thurman ain't had a
Keith
fight in
Thurman
2
do got
years,
skills,
y'all.
but he ain't skilled enough to knock out Errol Spence. It's a certain type of fighter that is going to take to knock out Errol Spence at this weight class. He's a big welterweight. He's strong for the class. He got good power, good punch resistance. It's going to be a certain type of guy that can stop him. It's not Keith Thurman. Trust me, because Keith Thurman. One thing about it, you can see his punches coming. He punches hard, but you can see him coming. The difference between Keith Thurman and Terence Crawford is Terence Crawford hits people with shit they don't see.
I agree.
Okay, so this might be me just like hopeful wishing or like just like thinking too hard about it, but you know, I do think that if Keith Thurman at 100%, if he's focused, don't have no ring rust, I do believe he can beat Errol Spence, because I don't believe Errol Spence's style is really too complicated for like superb type boxers. I'm not saying Keith Thurman is like a superb type boxer, but I do feel like he's a better just boxer than Errol.
Yeah, Keith is an athlete.
I agree with that. I agree with that. Like, to me,
he can't take any body shots. He's gonna get killed to the body, man.
Who, Keith?
For Earl. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Keith does catch it to the body a lot, right? But as far as from a boxer standpoint, I think Keith Thurman got a little bit more tools in the bag compared to Errol Spence.
You looking at Keith Thurman as far as what he can do on the outside. That's it. But Keith Thurman can't fuck with Earl on the inside. You know what I'm saying? On the outside, he'll be good for a couple rounds, but when Errol Spence closes that gap and start working on his ass, Keith Thurman, he gonna knock the ponytail that he don't even have out. Like, straight up.
We don't know what Earl Keith is right now, though. We don't know what Earl is right now.
He got to catch him first.
We can assume, but we don't know how Earl going to look.
He gonna catch him because everybody slow down. Everybody slow down in the 12-round championship fight. That'd be the difference between like a guy like Robson Conceicao, who could be a great amateur, versus other type of guys who can know how to conserve their energy into the later rounds. He gonna catch his ass. Trust me.
You talking about EJ gonna catch Keith?
Great cat. He have.
Hey, you heard
Hell
what
yeah.
Keith Thurman said about Earl Spence one time. He was like, man down, but that man didn't go down. You don't remember that one?
I don't give a damn what he said. Goddamn it, Keith Thurman talking real good game, and that's what he made some money off of. But Earl Spencer beat the fuck out that boy.
Man, he gonna have
Goddamn
to
it, Keith Thurman, ain't he the same guy to say he don't know who Jerron Bruce Ennis is? And he was
Oh no, he
helping
explained that.
Earl
He
Spence.
explained that. He
Nah, he
explained that
didn't
on Brian
explain shit
Custer's
to me. I don't
podcast.
want to hear that bullshit Keith Thurman got to say. He know what the fuck going on.
Yeah, Keith Thurman, one of them niggas when he talk, bro. I just roll my eyes. Like he's a great talker, but he's just so full of shit. I mean, if he go up against Earl, I'm picking Earl. I'm sorry. I'm picking Earl.
I would pick Earl too, but I just depends on how Earl looks.
I'm picking Earl.
I don't know who's going to win. To me, that's a 50-50.
Baby girl, please don't lose your money betting on pony too.
It's a good fight. It's a good fight. I'm gonna roll with that dog though. I think Earl got more dog in him than Keith.
Well, Keith has a new nutritionist, and I could tell you for a fact that when people have stomach issues, it's the food they eat. So you need to stop eating whatever. I met Keith Thurman before, and when I tell y'all fellas, he can eat.
So what that nigga was eating, like cultures or some shit? Like what he be eating, Miss T?
Look, I went to the Pacquiao Floyd fight, right? And after the fight, I got hungry. I came back upstairs to that little food court. So I see him out the corner of my eye. He's sitting down by himself with one of the biggest of the pieces that they get, them kind that cover the whole table. Seeing this dude demolish that shit as I'm waiting on my order. He comes back up there where I'm at. And I was like, Keith, I've been looking for you all night. And he played along. We took a couple of pictures. He got a big ass, and his sandwich was like twice as long as mine. I guess I got a regular steak and cheese. He got the jumbo one. And he sat down and ate that shit too. And I was like, that's why your stomach hurt. I mean, you better start detoxing. That's all they have to do. Any fighter with stomach problems, they have to detox and clean their system out well before camp. And then they won't have no stomach issues.
Or they can just stay in shape like all year round. You know,
right.
Your gym rat.
Yeah. One thing about combat sports in general, it's a grind. Like making weight is a big issue because you got to think about it. It's a professional athlete that trains all the time, and all the guys on the panel, I'm pretty sure we done lifted weights, ran, worked out, and everything. That shit spikes your appetite like nothing else. Like lifting weights and running and shit, that shit spikes your appetite more than smoking a pound of weed. So
not for me, man. Not for me, man. I ain't gonna lie, for smoking weed, that shit make me hungry, motherfucker. But lifting weights, I could fast for like days while working out. So that's just me though. I'm just one person.
Well, I know when I really get on my workout shit, I gotta eat.
Yo, if you can fast while working out, you don't feel weak.
No, I mean my body. I could just fast, you know. It helps me lose a lot of weight.
Intermittent fasting.
You must go lift heavy weights.
No,
I do lift heavy weights. I do a lot of I just like to put my body at a caloric deficit. So me not eating, drinking water, and working out, it puts my body at a caloric deficit to where my body.
I do that too, Poetic.
But Poetic, you
like intermittent fasting. I don't like to eat nothing before I go work out too. I get what you're saying, but I be having an appetite like a motherfucker when I'm done.
But if you eat clean, you won't get hungry. Like, I mean, I know we all a particular age. You can't teach your old dog new tricks. But if you eat clean, you will not get hungry. And what I mean by clean is raw fruits and vegetables. If you eat a lot of that, you won't get an appetite. And you can lift weights and do all that stuff. And you will also clean out your system.
You do got some truth in that because I'm a country boy, so I was raised off pinto beans and fucking butter beans and black eyed peas and that type of shit. You can't overeat that shit. Like, even if you try, you can't overeat that shit.
You throw that shit right up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey man, we've been on the show for about 2.5 hours, y'all. Man, let's get to the closing thoughts. Let me go ahead and remove this. Let me go out to hold on, y'all. So I can see what y'all name. Okay, let me go to shit. Damn, my computer been tripping. Let me go to bold, man. Closing thoughts.
AE, man, appreciate you having me on, man, and definitely, hope you and B Mac still recover well, whatnot, man, on your journey and stuff like that, and definitely
Appreciate
looking
it.
forward to the next show, man. Peace out.
Appreciate that, Bo. Miss T, closing thoughts.
Hey, I appreciate you guys letting me get in. I feel so honored that I caught you
I
live.
appreciate you for tapping in with us.
Oh yeah, I've been trying for days. I was like, when he come on? But yeah, I want to make something clear too. I am on the team of Earl is Duck and Bud, and so but I appreciate everybody's opinion, and I respect everybody's opinion, even if it's not mine. So thank you guys for letting me share the space with you.
Definitely. Let me go out to General Big Fish. Closing thoughts, big bro.
All right, I appreciate you having me on, E Thriller. Special shout out to my boy B Mac, man. It's good to hear your voice, man. I miss hearing
Thank you, Mr. Big
talking
Fish.
to you.
Thank you, my brother.
Man, I'm really glad to hear your voice. Mosquito Spray, what's up, man? And everybody else, I appreciate listening to y'all. Y'all was a pleasure to listen to tonight. Peace.
Appreciate that, General Big Fish. Let me go out to Red, man. Closing thoughts, bro.
Man, thank you, E Thriller, for letting me get on, man. Shout out to everybody on the chat. You know what I'm saying? Everybody on the panel. This was a cold ass little live stream, man. You know what I'm saying? So I appreciate everybody's thoughts and inputs and everything like that, man. We're gonna keep on rocking, man. And this is what's gonna keep boxing alive.
Yes, sir. I appreciate you for tapping in, my guy. Let me go out to Mosquito Spray. Big bro is on you. Closing thoughts.
Yeah, E3, appreciate you having me on, and y'all keep getting better. And D-Mac, I'll keep you and your family in my prayers, man, and hope y'all get on the other side of this thing. Most definitely.
Thank you, my brother.
And just had a good time tonight listening to everybody's input and thoughts on, the subject at hand. But, on a positive note, we're going to keep the pressure on Earl Spence and these aerosexuals, man. This fight got to get made.
Coach K full court pressure.
Hey, man, I'm pressing for all 4 quarters, man. Once I get past this COVID shit, I ain't letting up. Part 14 on the way.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, appreciate that, Mosquito Spray. I be Mac, big bro, aka the Undertaker. Closing thoughts, my brother.
Hey, I want to thank everybody, man, for the well wishes in the chat, man, and the panel, man. Mosquito Spray, one love, man. Bold, one love. Big Fish, one love, my brother. To the new people as well, Red, Miss T, wonderful having you guys on, dropping knowledge. To my man, E Thriller, my brother, man, y'all smash that damn like button, man. Hit that like button, man, so we can get this algorithms up, man, because at the end of the day, this is real boxing talk right here, this E Thriller show. You hear me? This real boxing talk. None of that manufactured shit. You can't get this shit nowhere but a couple of places. E Thriller, IOTBA, blood boxing, man. It's only certain places, man, that you can get this type shit here. Okay? Hit that like button, subscribe, man. I want to thank y'all. E Thriller, I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart, man. We always talk after the show and everything, man. But one love to everybody, man. Keep coming back, man. I appreciate it. Thank you, man. Peace out.
Yo, E,
appreciate that,
E, before you go, E, what's your Facebook page? I know you say you streaming on Facebook.
Oh, my page is Ham Rothstein, man. HAMROTHSTEIN.
Okay, all right.
I'll drop it in the chat, bro.
All right.
And E, one more thing for you go.
Yeah, go ahead, Bo.
Miss T. Miss T, you still there?
Yeah, she look like she's still there.
Yeah, I'm still here.
There she go.
Would you say that channel was
Boxing? My channel? Boxing Fans Talk TV. I put the link in the chat. I don't know if it worked. But
I can't see it. I can't see it though.
Hey, put
Boxing
it
Fans.
Put it in the private chat, Miss T.
Okay.
And Miss T, and also put it on the regular comment section in the playback so I can pin it and make sure everybody go sub up to you.
Okay.
You said
I can go
you're
sub
Boxing Fans, right?
Right. It's in the private chat now.
Okay, we got it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Hey, E.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
And another thing before you go, man, I already had asked question permission from Miss T about how, you know, the part where she was talking about. I just want to get your permission since it's your show. If I could, you know, clip that part and put it in the video.
Oh yeah, that's cool. Yeah.
All right, appreciate it.
Yeah, no doubt. Hey man, shout out to everybody that tapped in on the panel. Shout out to everybody that was in the chat getting it in. I appreciate everybody for giving me their opinions and perspectives. Until next time, we gone. Holla.
Peace.
Well.
The Black Picasso cleaning up the sport of boxing, speaking facts over the gossip. Haters all up in the comments. I ain't here to be liked, but smash that like and noti button. We don't sugarcoat nothing, just healthy boxing discussions. Thriller, painting these pictures oh so vivid. Applying Duke, Coach K, that straight full court pressure. Only God could judge me, so tell these chumps ducking smoke. Remember one thing that the boxing guys don't like: ugly. Shut out Big Fish and everybody that joins the panel. For all my new supporters, sub to the channel. Like Floyd say, it's easy work. That bait jab with that left hook send them straight to sleep. Experts, we the experts. We never sugarcoat. Tune in to Black Picasso. Sit back, enjoy the show. Enjoy the show.